What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. And welcome back to Thursday Night Rawski, the second longest running episodic program and live stream here on YouTube. You in here with the Bruce Wayne in this ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, yours truly, the Notorious One, a.k.a. Mr. Coach Alini, better known as the Prognosticator. Coach Stradamus, and you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy, but call me CGA, C God Allah, and I be the 12-time demonetized champion of YouTube. We got a great show for you lined up today. How dating killed courting, and while courting will never return as the norm, despite the fact that women are calling for courting. So we're going to explain why that is, and we're going to take you through the history and the timeline of how dating turned into prostitution, all right, or how dating stems from prostitution and why courting was replaced by dating. All right, we're going to talk about hookup culture and the likes so people can understand where we're going. They say to be a great predictor of the future, you have to be a great historian, and you're looking at the historian, the none other than Coach Stradamus. Yes, indeed, we got that coming up and much, much more. We also have what else we have? There's a story that we were going to share you here. We have a woman that says she wants an alpha, kind of an alpha, kind of a beta. All right, women want a little bit of this and a little bit of that. All right, she's trying to describe her perfect man, and it comes out absolutely disastrous. All right, we got that, and Straggle and Sniggle Theater, and much, much more. But to contribute to today's show, $, the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV. PayPal is paypal.me. PayPal.me/Coach Greg Adams, and that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. And you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. We also have Takeout Thursday coming. All right. And Kamala Harris.
Do not come. Do not come.
Yeah, we got that. Kamala Harris coming up. Well, we don't have Kamala Harris coming up at all. All right, let me see what's going on here. I forgot to make one change before I started the stream, and I'm kind of quite pissed. All right, if you know, you know. All right, so anyway, let's get to the earlier contributors to today's show. How about we do that? I know when I move away from the microphone, can y'all hear me? I guess y'all can hear me. Anyway, let me get to the earlier contributors to today's show, and thank you for the contributions this week, especially since rent is due at the beginning of next week.
Rent's due, motherfucker.
All right, rent is due at the beginning of next week, my ninjas. All right, I know, man. I got to pay my rent, too. Shout out to KT, the Mickey Ficky King in the building. KT the King says, never mind. All right, here we go right here. Let me go back. He said, I should have known by clicking the thing. All right, so anyway, too late. All right, shout out to our brother here. It is Byron. Shout out to Byron Scott in the building. Byron Davey says, may God replenish your daily sacrifice to speak the truth. The Free Agent Lifestyle has literally saved my life. Thank you very much. Respect the Free Agent Lifestyle and the Speaker of Truth. We are here to provide this truth. I mean, can you fight what I'm telling you at this point? You are really missing the boat. No government name has lost his mind in the no government name has lost his mind, and so did H Everydays. All right, goodness gracious. All right, you guys going crazy in here. I hope these things have a continuance here. We got our brother No Government Name. Men in China are quitting the workforce en masse, becoming free agents, not accepting leftover women, but Western men fly over for them with open arms for love and legacy. All men pay. CGA Coach Gang is international. Do you think the Mitchells and the Sucker for Love, Legacy, and Sky Daddy Ninja secretly envy you for truly living your own life, having your own philosophy, and standing on your square? Inspiring Gen Z men worldwide. Yes, indeed. Yes, I can't play too many buttons, but yes.
You can talk about me all the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck.
Indeed.
I got mine, goddammit. You better hustle and
all
get
right,
yours.
Men do envy me. They do. Shout out to No Government Name Adams 316. You are your own God. The answer is within you. Being a man is making decisions, and making decisions makes the man. For he who waits for canned beans to turn the steak is indeed a fool. Shout out to Gone with John. He says, It's going to always take hard work, man. It's always going to take hard work. NGN says it's interesting how men in the West use the term hope and feel frequently like women, but Eastern men are pragmatic and intellectually honest like UCGA. When did Western men start becoming Mitches? Single mother raised men. Single mother raised men and former slaves. Yes, indeed. The former chattel slaves of America, the Negro. Yes, indeed. Them Negroes are sad. All right, shout out to our brother NGN as a mature old soul. He got a lot to say. Old soul Gen Z, I've told bosses that I refuse to be put in managerial positions because I don't trust my generation. Because most of them are losers who want work-life balance and think their feelings matter. Am I wrong? Nope. Not indeed. All right. Nope. And I heard other Gen Z coworkers say if any company gives them a liable reason or excuse for them to sue the company, they will do so to get the easy bag. Send the asteroids. People don't want to work. People don't want to work. All right. Shout out to our brother here, H. Every day, a South Carolina female basketball player charged with first-degree assault, battery, and kidnapping. Since men not falling for the BS, now they are testing the waters with the bull daggers. Rules never change, just the players. G says, can I get a F all you hoes theme songs dedicated to Sable, the 304 ass? Indeed, shout out to her. Do I have that? Yes.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too.
Jen Zooted. Somebody's asking me to speak on Eric Adams. Ninja, I spent the entire morning about 15. How much did I talk about Eric Adams? You clearly missed the morning show. All right. Talked about him for a good 10 minutes. All right. What are we doing here? Shout out to Abel. Abel says your predictions are coming true. That was the girl at the pharmacy. Shout out to Abel. We also had H Everyday. Yo, just came across old Madonna videos and see similarities to 50 Shades of BS and Sex in the City. I see that they don't have that many cards in the deck to choose from. Everything they do needs a man to evolve around. Yes, indeed. A man's absence is a superpower for yourself, 100%. And H Everyday going through some old daily charts, men's diaries, and came across my 25-year-old self. He says, I said, it's hard becoming a man. You got to be successful, rich, attractive, smart, fierce. No nonsense. The problem solver, the sacrificer, not afraid of death, everyday prawn star, and already know guy. You do. And when you become that, for some reason, life gets easier or it gets more complicated. See Vince McMahon. We do have some other contributors to today's show that we want to acknowledge on the alternative apps. Shout out to our brother. That's interesting. Shout out to our brother Loud Pocket says, I'm just a horny old man, but you're only 35 years old. Corey says, thanks for all that you do. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for these contributions early on.
New world order.
All right. We also have Corey that says, one more time.
New world
All right.
order.
Shout out to you, brothers, man. And we have a person that wants to give us some information on the Sable incident that we talked about. He says, regarding the Mark Merrill story, he says it's an industry known fact that Mark Merrill met Sable when she was established single mother. All right. The child he mentioned in that interview you played is from the prior relationship Sable had prior to meeting him. He had known what you teach us men. Had he known what you teach us men, his wrestling career would have lasted longer than it did, as he was a quality worker in the World Championship Wrestling and the World Wrestling Federation. But he got sidetracked trying to track down Sable. And did you guys know, I watched the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix. Sable sued Vince McMahon for sexual harassment and sexual exploitation, only to settle the lawsuit and return back to work for Vince McMahon.
New
These 304s are complicated, brothers. They complicated. Yikes. They're not complicated. You just have to accept them for who they are. No government name. Other cultures don't care much about morality and virtue signaling. We seem to be the only culture that leans on morality. He says the natty or not is an example. Yes, indeed. Yes, the natty or not. Morality. Well, here's the thing. People use morality as a means to show why they don't compete. I believe this. You don't have to believe so. So anytime you're losing in a competition, you simply invoke your morality card. All right, I don't have to have money. I have morals. All right, I don't have to get bitches. I have morals. All right, I don't have to do something to get an edge. I have morals. All right, they always lean back on some morals to describe why they failed. All right, you never hear a person say, I won the race, I have high morals. You know what I mean? It's just, it's one of those things. It's just to describe a sense of why you don't want to do something. Well, I won't want to do that because I have morals. I'd rather be poor and broke because I have morals. It's just to lean back on it's virtue signaling. All right, and their morals suck, to be honest with you. Their morals don't mean shit at the end of the day. Same people out there toking a bowl. Same people out here sucking from the glass dick of a vase pipe, talking about their morality. Same people out here in the spirit of fornication, talking about their morals. All right. People who invoke and virtue signal related to morals are only almost always doing so to explain why they're a loser. All right, that's all it is. All right, I never seen nobody be successful in any endeavor and then lean on some morality. You know what I mean? It's just, well, my morals. Hey, shout out to our brother Bob says, I think feigning ignorance in Red Pill will help you get the upper hand over women. Yes, indeed. He says, if they know that you know too much about their BS, they will be in they will be in their guard or plotting against you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They will. They know you know. All right. And JC says, anybody know of any freak offs going on anytime soon for research purposes only? JC.
Oh, that's nasty.
All right. You're a nasty, nasty guy. All right. You're a nasty guy. Anyway, you know what time it is? It is. Oh, Sookie now. Did I put up some ling-lings in my... I didn't. Oh, wait a minute. Let me stop the music because I don't even want to start it until I get my browser set up. Let's go ahead and get some ling-lings on my browser. All right. The Land of the Rising Sun coming up. Where is it at? Is this the one? Why is it not coming up on my screen? Oh, see, no ling-lings today, y'all. All right. Apparently, it doesn't want to pop up on my screen. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. All right. I'm going to get it going here. Let's get the music going one more time. Here we go. Oh, here they come. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Oh, Sookie now. Here they come. All right, let's go. She said,
what kind of fuck you give me?
oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Right there. Right there.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh, my goodness. Look at them gams. She got gams. She got gams. Hello. Oh, okay. What is this? Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right, you better check. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Here they come. Hey, let's go.
Oh, the humanity.
Yes, indeed. The thick time. Don't ever say I done had a thick time on there. There she is. Hey, let's go. Oh, my goodness. Here we go.
What kind of fuck you give me?
I got one for you. All right, here we go. Oh, my goodness. Yes, indeed. What a riot. It is great. It is Takeout Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. It's Takeout Thursday. Oh, they all, oh, my. Here we go. We got them all from the land, from the South Asian. Oh, my goodness. Can't even talk right now. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the humanity.
Yes, indeed. She got to be my favorite. The one in that black shirt or whatever. I didn't even notice if it was a black shirt. Oh, we got Chung Lee over here. Let's go. And she got her feet out. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh, my goodness. What?
I have a question for you. Do you prefer them saggy or perky?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the humanity.
Yes, indeed. Hello. Yes, indeed. Okay. Yes, indeed. All right. You know what? I'm feeling it. It's round 2. Let's do it. Hello. Hey, what? She said,
What kind of fuck you give me?
all right, let's let her ask it again. What did she say? Oh my goodness, boy, this is crazy. Yeah.
I have a question for you. Do you prefer them saggy or perky?
Oh my goodness. She said,
I don't know if the feminists will agree with this, but I like to get dominated.
I like to
Choked, whooped, spanked, told what to do. I need a man to take charge and let me just, be goofy.
yeah. She said, this was said what?
I always try to make his penis hard, not his life. Yeah, correct. You see that?
It's very valid.
Yes, make his dick hard, not his life. So he will make your pussy wet, not your eye.
Ah, yeah, that's a smart woman right there. Let's go. Oh, we got some more. Here we go. Round 2.5. Come on, let's go. Oh, yeah, hello. Hello, University of Spoiled Children, USC Linglings. Here we go. Oh, my goodness, right here.
Oh, the humanity.
All right, we got them all under 5'1", it looks like. 5'4", possibly. Oh, my goodness, there they go. It's easy to be a woman, isn't it? Life on recruit difficulty. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, not the old saggy waggies is out there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, that's what we doing right here.
We're just looking at the booty. We're looking at the breast. We're looking at her neck. We're looking at her feet. We're looking at her...
Nah, I ain't looking at no feet. Nah, ain't nobody looking at no feet.
You don't looking at feet? Yes, I'm looking at feet.
Oh, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got them going on. Yes, indeed. The petite time. The petite time. Here we go right here. And we know CGA is ready for Thursday at all times because this ninja out here starving. He's starving like Marvin. There he is right there. Look at this brother right here.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother.
Starving like Marvin. All right. Just out of control with it out there, man. Yes, look at your boy out here. Your boy out here, a whole problem out here. He a problem. And as a matter of fact, check this out here. Your boy CGA in another alternative universe right there. He happy as hell. Look at this ninja.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
All right, there he is right there. Uh-huh. Oh, no. Look at this ninja right here.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
Greg Fu Young. All right, he happy. Look at him. Him happy. Him happy as hell. Look at him. All right, here we go. Greg Fu Young doing it big. Oh, no. Look at this, man. All right, Greg Fu Young in the land of the rising sun. He gonna be a problem, man. They gonna kick the ninja out the country out here acting like this, brother. You can't be doing them like that. All right, Greg Fu Young just showing teeth out here.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
All right, he having a good old time out there. Let's get some music for Greg Fu Young here. Look at this ninja, man. He just having fun. Look at him. And he's up there looking like Lovey Smith. All right, yeah, Greg Fu Young. How many more do we got? Oh, no. Oh, no. Greg Fu Young.
Oh, the humanity.
Greg is Coach's Con. All right, look at this ninja out here. Look at him, brothers. Look.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Oh, no, not in front of the 911. Look at this right here. This is just crazy. Oh, no. Look at Greg Fu Young. This ninja acting a whole fool out here, man. This brother starving.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir, brother.
All right, that's Greg with his passport. Oh, no. Chill. Hey.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
All right, he look a little cross-eyed right there, but, oh, they love him, Greg Fu Young over there.
That brother's starving.
All right, they love him over there. Oh, no, look at this ninja right here.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Oh, man, this ninja, this is just too much over there. They trying to tear my shirt off over there. Oh, no, this is terrible right here.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
CGA, the ultimate universe right here. Oh, no, wait a minute. Hey, Hey, yo, what is this?
Hey, yo.
I landed in Korea.
Hey, yo.
I definitely landed in Korea on this one. This is not good. All right, hey. I done stayed over there too long. Oh, man. She wanted to get dominated. Shout out to Greaseman, Texas with the AI, CGA AI. Oh, they tore the shirt off and the croc stroke midnight. I don't even know what to say it. This is terrible. All right, this show is already off the rails. Do me a favor, hit the like button on today's show. Let me check if there's any other contributors to today's show. It's getting crazy. All right, it's getting crazy out here. Face Fact says they never went after Hugh Hefner because he gave his 304s W-2s and they did tax returns. Having accounts payable and put what they did for, he says, having accounts payable and put what they did for it in the memo section. And Hugh Hefner was about his business. All right, he kept the business. You know what I mean? He kept the business. But everybody knows he had the biggest whole house in Beverly Hills, but he kept it business. Yes, you should learn from it. Shout out to Francis A, says blessings, coach. And shout out to Monte. He says, take my money. Shout out to you.
I got money.
Keep it business. Always keep it business. You know what I mean? People were like, what about them? Keep it business. I know. Very tough to figure out, ain't it? All right. It is hard to figure out. Let's get into the first, I guess the first section. I got to change my browser. I still got my Ling-Lings up on this browser over here. All right. Yeah. What is the first part of the show? We've already been reprehensible. We've crossed the line. Oh, it's Straggle and Sniggle Theater. All right. So we'll do it. Let's do it. Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me. You can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky. Come get high with me. That's a deal, right?
Straggle and Sniggle. Stay on business, gentlemen. Stay on business. Straggle and Sniggle Theater. What is one of the things that I tell you about ladies that when you see it, you cannot unsee it? Well, I'll tell it to you. It is that a lot of ladies look like their dad with a wig on. All right, shout out to the girls that actually got their qualities of their father. But the fact is, you just look like the younger version of your father with a wig on. I've been telling you that this is a major, major issue. And if you're ever dating or married to a woman and you see it, you cannot unsee it. Now, this woman's going to reveal this. You see people revealing a lot of truths that I say. Girls who look like their dad. And she trademarked it, allegedly. Girls who look like their dad.
I just want to take a moment to honor the girls who look like dad. Girls who look like dad, and I know this because I am one, have a special burden to bear in life. I'm talking Blue Ivy. I'm talking Suri Cruz. I'm talking Shiloh Pitt Jolie. I'm talking Steven Tyler's daughter.
Oh.
I'm talking Patton Oswalt's daughter. That one's shocking. I'm talking me and my father.
Oh, no.
And it's not like I'm upset. I just look like dad. And I think let's just take a moment for the girls who look like dad. Let's honor girls who look like dad.
Oh, no. I told you. You know what? People think Coach, you a misogynist. You just hate women. And I'm like, I don't, man. I don't. I just tell the truth. And eventually people will start accepting the truth and you cannot unsee it. There's another example of what we're talking about. She even named names, Suri Cruz, Blue Ivy. I mean, it's too apparent. Now, once you see it, you cannot unsee it. It's almost like right there in your face. And if you're ever dating a woman, sometimes you look and you're like, oh no, you look like your daddy with a wig on. So shout out to her right there for acknowledging it. Girls who look like that. It is a real thing, all right? It is a real thing, and it's unfortunate. Yes, it's sad. And if you ever notice it, what'll happen is if you live or marry with the woman and you see it, you cannot unsee it. So when you're having sex with your wife or your girl and she looks like her dad, like she might have the same eyes or the same facial symmetry, you can't unsee it. All right, anyway, shout out to this guy right here. He's a piano player. His name is Symphonique. This is his video. Take a look at this video.
No, have a girlfriend.
Sorry?
No, I have a girlfriend.
Oh, no.
Watch what happens next. They are confused.
Yeah.
No, have a good night. No, I have a good night.
I love this right here. The old I have a girlfriend and oh, are they pissed? All right, so this is typically a tactic that women use when you approach them and they don't feel like talking to you. So I have a boyfriend and he is crushing them. All right, crushing their souls. I love the reaction. I'm gonna try to cue out the cut to credit music, but let's take a look. And look how they approach. They're approaching in a demure way, docile, and what women will do is they'll shrink up, all right, shrinking violet. What they'll do is they'll shrink up, they'll bring their hands together. This is a way to look less intimidating, all right? Hi, and they'll smile up in your face and ask you for a favor, all right? They'll ask you to do something for free, all right? So they're trying to come up, excuse me, I'm smiling at you, do something for me, all right? And he hitting them back, all right? Like, yo.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right, he hitting them back. He's slamming them. Look, she's coming up, excuse me, Mr. Negro. All right.
No, have a good night.
Look at the look on her face. She's like, what?
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. Look at that. Shoulders all pulled forward. Excuse me. Nope, I got a girlfriend out here.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
All right, yeah. I'm going to have to cut it here. Let me see here. I'm going to cut it up and try to... She looking at this ninja like...
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Like, how dare you? What?
How dare you?
Oh, wait. Gotcha. All right. Let's see the next one out here. He hit her with the, okay, here they come smiling, asking for a free favor.
No, I have a girlfriend.
Oh, no. Oh, look at that right there. Just, oh, no. Damn. Just crushed her.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, look at that look on her face, bro. She like, oh, ooh, oh, ooh. She's like, really? Really? You got me. All right, damn.
How dare you?
All right, yeah, how dare you? All right, look at this. They don't like that one bit. Excuse me. And then, is that the Uno reverse card? Oh, no. What is that card? Is that the Uno reverse? What the hell? All right, let's see what she does right here as a result. She snatched it from her and like this. She looking at it like,
What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah.
It's fun being the rejector, isn't it? It's great power. It's a great superpower. Women are not expecting you to reject them and shut them down. It's a great superpower. When you ever want to use it, you can use it. And look at her. Oh, see, they don't like it. Oh, they don't like rejection, do they? All right, come on, man. Handle the rejection. That's the skip. Oh, the skip card. That's the skip you. All right, hey, look. That's not the Uno. That's the skip. Hey, ma'am, handle rejection. It's okay. It's okay. All right, we skipped you. Yeah. Look at them. They can't handle rejection either. All right, that's terrible, ladies. All that, men don't approach us. Men, rejection is okay. Who hurt these women out here, man? Who hurt the ladies, man? Stop. Chill out for a second. All right, this is unbecoming of a lady here. And you're too young to be acting like that. All right. Just absolutely disgraceful. And there's a guy asking for something for free, and he's like, nope. All right, and look at the, like, you're asking me to do something for free. Pay up. Why don't nobody want to pay? Look at these ladies, so evil. Evil lady. All right, come on. Look at that. Rejection, they can't handle it, all right, at all. All right, be able to reject. All right, here we go right here. Can you play that? Nope. And even the man said, pay the man. Pay the man. Look at that. Oh, so just mean and angry. I don't hand money to you after I finish busting a nut. All right. I don't be like, here's your little money. All right. Take down your panties. I don't do that. I hand it to you with a smile. Here's your tip. Here's your bind fix. All right. Don't just throw money at me. This is a disgrace. I'm going to keep your little money. Nah, you ain't getting nothing. All right. Nothing out here out of me.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yep. Nothing. And I'm taking off with my money. All right. So here we go. Another one. Excuse me, Mr. Negro. Excuse me, Mr. Rice Patty Man. Do something me for free. All right. Here we go right here. Nope. I got a girlfriend. Oh, no. Look at them. Wow. That's crazy right there.
How dare you?
How dare you turn down a beautiful woman? You must be gay. You must be gay. All right. They always start with you gay. Why you got to be gay? All right. Here comes another one. Freebies. She want to sing for him. All right. She want to sing with him. And she's like,
how dare you?
Yeah, got you too. All right.
Gotcha, bitch.
How dare you turn us down? We came and we smiled and showed you some cleavage. We showed you some cleavage. How dare you? We're women. We're nice. Yep. Got.
Gotcha, bitch.
And she got some A cups right there. Shout out to Miss A cups right here. Oh, no. We got another couple of girls come sliding in, getting demure. All right, this one looks familiar. So look how they come in crouching in. All right, trying to make themselves smaller. Excuse me, Mr. Asian man that I would never talk to. Do us a favor. All right, they come slide in. Look at them. Excuse me, Mr. Man. All right. You got a girlfriend. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Oh, she is upset. Look at that. She said,
how dare you?
I love this. He just cold sniping them. Look how they looking at each other like, what? This is terrible.
How dare you?
All right, damn. And they got to look at each other. What? All right, these look familiar.
How dare you?
And look at the Asian girl over here, mouth wide open. What? All right, here we go right here. Yep, got him. Look, wait a minute. You turn down the girls?
How dare you?
You must be zesty. All right, you must be gay. All right, there must be something wrong with you. You must hate women. You definitely must hate women. Anyway, I like that clip. Straggle and Sniggle Theater goes on. Some of you guys are going to be in the position right here that I'm going to show you. And that position is you're not going to listen to old CGA. You're going to think CGA is lying. All right, you're going to be like, he's not lying. I'm going to meet the girl of my life. I'm going to meet her. She's going to have no bodies. And I'm going to be the first one to touch her. I'm going to be the first one to touch her in her pants. All right. And then you're going to marry her. And then you're going to find this out. It says right here, has anyone here slept with the bride? Okay, let's play the video.
Now let's get one with the bridesmaids. Perfect. Okay, now one with everyone who's wearing a suit for the first time. Oh, that's nice. All right, all drunk uncles. All drunken uncles, please. Okay, everyone who is invited out of politeness but not expected to come. Nice. Okay, now everyone who slept with the bride.
Here we go.
The humanity.
Yep, this is what's going to happen to y'all. Yes, she's going to, guys, this is going to happen in real life. She's going to invite men to your wedding that she's had a relationship with. Yes. Any type of relationship, a hookup, sugar daddy, friend, male friend, homie that she went to school with. Yes, he will be in your wedding ceremony. You will not know it. And it looks like a couple of uncles are in there too. A couple of cousins as well. Is this Tennessee?
Reverend at the back there?
Oh, no. Not the black reverend. Oh, my goodness.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
Yep, this is the state of the modern marriage right here. Yes, these streets are cold out here.
In these streets.
All right, the streets are cold, and the black guy hit it, too. You know that ninja hit it. He got it. He got some.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
He got some pink toes. All right, yeah, man. The body count run deep at the American wedding. It does.
Oh, actually, I need to use my timer on this one.
Oh, no. Oh,
the humanity.
Of course, we have a Gen Z bisexual. Oh, a Lily Lentlick. Oh, no, guys, don't go. Hey, this is your future. I told you, man, they be out here wilding. Not the camera woman. Of course, they all got a Lily Lentlick pass in there. They got a pass in their Lily Lentlick days when they was in college, for sure. All right, she even hit it. Oh, no. You talk about leftovers, gentlemen. Look at this. And this is going to be in the final indicator right here.
Now, everyone who slept with the groom?
Uh-oh. Oh. Listen, you get mad at CGA for telling you these truths, and they tell you the truth right here in what they call humor. Right there in skits. Oh, this is just a joke. It ain't a joke, you virgin incels. By the time you meet a woman,
And that's you.
she will be a leftover. Ran through more times than the Holland Tunnel. Not even your wife is sleeping with you. Oh, no. Oh, no, man. This is terrible.
Oh, the humanity.
This is terrible. Not even the wife done slept with the ninja. All right, she wants to wait until marriage, coach. Apparently her past didn't wait for marriage. All right, she was getting licked, ran through, throttled, all of that. Her insides pushed to her esophagus. All right, last one here on Straggle and Sniggle Theater. We have a kid, an art project, allegedly. Let's play the art project.
My mom turns into an alien every night before we go to sleep. She always eats the same honey ham sandwiches and drink that nasty sweet tea. She gotta take a long shower, and honestly, I'd be scared. Because when she come out, I'd be like, Mommy, where's your hair? She put this bonnet on so she can hide her antennas. And she paint her face green, and she eat rotten bananas. She snores so loud, sometimes I can't even sleep. She also has long toenails on those alien feet.
Oh, not the long toenails.
The next day, I stayed by her side. I'm not gonna let this mommy alien continue to hide. My mom.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Shout out to the mom out here. That's a little, okay, the mom. Yeah, that's what, children have truth and humor. You know what I mean? That's what the husband thinks as well. All right. But she has antennas. She takes off her wig and puts a bonnet on to hide her antennas. All right. Not the bonnet. That's Straggle and Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
All right, do me a favor, hit the like button. Let me jump into the next conversation here. Did you guys see this? I posted this all on my Instagram story. Traveling could slow down aging, according to a new study. And remember, I made some indications that men should be out here trying to take 3-4 vacations a year, especially staycations or vacations where you can drive up to 4 hours just to get away. And a lot of people will be like, 1 or 2 vacations is fine, coach. 1 or 2 vacations is fine. But you have a lot of people fat and out of shape, overweight, downright busted and disgusted. But this article says traveling could slow down aging, according to a new study. Traveling and taking vacations can provide many health benefits, according to a new study. It says that trip you've been planning may have more benefits than you think. A new study by researchers at the Edith Cowan University in Australia, published in Science Daily, found that traveling can potentially slow down signs of aging and give you positive health benefits. While aging is irreversible and no one can turn back the hands of time, traveling can slow it down by improving your physical and your mental health. And it says this research is conceptual and employs the principles of entropy. All right. A principle of entropy increase to explore how tourism might impact human health, both positively and negatively. This principle, originally from physics, refers to the natural tendencies of systems to move towards disorders and or chaos, a process that is irreversible but can be mitigated. This is according to the PhD lead author of the study. It says when you leave your day-to-day life and go on vacation, you are often trying things you usually do not. And it says right here, this could include meeting new people, going to the JUCO, participating in more relaxing activities, getting a massage, right? Physical exercise, going on excursions, and even getting more sleep. Now, this is a principle that I've explained away in the Free Agent Lifestyle, the act and the art of self-care. taking care of yourself. Don't fall into the mindset of the normies and the losers and the moral people that tell you don't need that. You only need one or two, all because they choose to lose. But we want you to choose to win. These things can greatly affect you by doing things and doing people that you normally don't do. Sometimes you got to do some people that you normally don't do, and you will find out that all of these factors can benefit and help in the prematuring of aging and also your mental and your physical and social health. You have a lot of people that are depressed, and namely because they don't recreate. This is called recreation. If you break the term down, recreate, it is called the recreation. You're recreating yourself. Recreation is recreation. This is a blue chip. This is why some of the most successful, well-off people make sure they go on vacations. This is why people that don't use their sick and their vacation time often become sick, all right? Often become overweight, often are becoming depressed, and so forth and so on. And I know what you're going to say. Well, I can't afford it. No, you can't afford not to do it. Always change your mindset. This is the blue chip mindset that we're teaching over here. It's not that you can't and cannot afford it. It's that you can't not afford it. All right, you have to do it. You have to take advantage of these situations, and you have to take advantage of the situation that you are presented in here at all times. That's why I've authored the book, The Free Agent Lifestyle. And when we talk about the money mindset, it is indeed a mindset around money. All right, it is not how to make money. It's your mindset around money. Change your mindset around money. That's what we're teaching at the Money Mindset. We're teaching your mindset around money. All right. And that's a classic example right there of your mindset around money. And I just gave you a free one, but click the link and you can join the rest of the group right there. Traveling can have positive results and slow down aging, improving your mental and physical health. All right. Shout out to them for acknowledging them and acknowledging the Notorious one. Indeed, that was published in several areas. You can look it up and Google it if you want to read more. All right. Indeed. Let me see here. Did I get some new contributions? Let me see what we got here. Let me see. We do. It is our brother, Larry, the monster. He says, Coach, in order for her to qualify for courting, first, she's got to be a virgin. Then he has to have a father who she has to have a father, I think, who she is submissive to in authority in her life. A brother and or an uncle can substitute for the role. But other than that, this criteria is non-negotiable whatsoever. We're going to break it down. Thank you for adding that to the courting conversation, because people seem to take that out, their absence of the details of what are required from courting. Everyday Coach, that's so true about the wedding skit on Straggle and Sniggle. 5 weddings I was not involved or invited to because the stupid girls told the ninjas that I hit too. He says, maybe first. And then the ninjas see me and I dress like a regular and they can't cope. All right. Yes, indeed. I definitely would be upset if I had a wedding and then a man was invited and I found out that he smashed. By the way, that can also happen as well. They can just say they're friends. Shout out to our brother Johnny Ramos says, here's a sandwich on me, Coach. Shout out to the Sandwich Gang over there on Dr. Thunder's channel. But appreciate you right there. What are we doing here? All right. Thank you for the sandwich. Lamont James, women are the types to ruin a relationship and make life difficult for their kids, grandparents, and even everyone else involved for 15 minutes of fun and a fling. These Mitches want hope. No hope for you, Mitches. Nope. All right, we're going to talk about that in the courting conversation as well. Let me see if there's any other contributors to today's show. Shout out to Francis, Monte, Corey, and all of them loud pockets over there on the Cash App. Appreciate you. And let me log in over here. What do we got next? Is this an evil world we live in? I think so. Yeah, it's an evil world we live in. Let's get into it right here. I didn't change the banner. Oh, damn it. All right, anyway, it's an evil world we live in.
It's an evil world we live in.
Okay, here we go. It's an evil world we live in. This woman says, what does she say right here? She's talking. Oh, okay. This goes along with the free agent lifestyle. This woman's going to say there's great pride in doing things by yourself, like going to the movies, potentially traveling, all right, and going out for a nice meal. But she says there's still loneliness in doing so. Let's see what she has to say.
There's such a trend right now of people going out and doing things by themselves. Yes, don't get me wrong, it's amazing. It's an amazing skill to have. Nobody talks about the loneliness that you feel after you get done doing said activity, being there by yourself, being surrounded by people that are there with their friends, with their partners. There's a good side and a bad side to it. Nobody talks about just like the sadness you might feel after. I've done it so many times and I always get like this pit in my stomach where I'm like, wow, I'm glad that I did that. I had the confidence to do that. It's just kind of lonely. Like there's such a trend right now of people going out and doing things by themselves.
By the way, I was ahead of the trend. Many men were ahead of this trend. Now it's become the norm, and understand the difference between doing it, a trend, and a norm. These are all different things. I put out a video once and I said how men dining out has become the norm. And of course, men disagreed. I've been doing it for 15 years. Well, it certainly was not the norm. All right, you just did it. All right, you did it, and you probably faced ridiculed and was laughed at and called a loser. All right, so the fact that you were ridiculed and potentially felt some sort of social repercussions mean it wasn't a norm. All right, and as you can see in my title, why courting will never become the norm again. All right, the norm. That means the normal, meaning the greater society does it. All right, and so in this situation, she's talking about the loneliness that you may feel when you go to the movies by yourself and come back, when you go out and eat by yourself and come back. In fact, that feeling alone prevents people from doing it, and particularly women. They simply don't want to do something like this because, yes, it is lonely. Listen, there's no solutions. There's only trade-offs. You got to accept the trade-offs in doing things. And again, somebody even said in the comment section, the longer you do it, the less you'll have that feeling. And in fact, it's almost better. I talked about this in the Free Agent Lifestyle of being able to do it and why. What are the trade-offs of going with people versus the trade-offs of going it alone? And so, yes, that's part of the game. You got to learn how to deal with it. It's kind of like when you go outside and you first, shout out to my vloggers and my YouTubers. You know what it's like when you take pictures in public, when you're doing Instagram pictures and selfies, or you're doing a vlog in public. It feels crazy. It feels like you're crazy. People look at you like they don't know what you're doing. Some people might want to jump in front of the camera. Some people ignore you. Some people walk in front of your camera. Like, people act like it's weird to see you doing it. However, we watch people do it all the time. Like, the other side of it, once you produce it and you edited it and you put it on the internet, people are watching you doing it. They know you're doing it. But in public, it feels awkward. It feels weird. And people might treat you like you're a weirdo. What are you, recording yourself? What are you doing? Don't get me in the camera. Like, that's the same thing. You do feel weird and awkward busting a camera out with a big microphone and lighting. You feel crazy as hell doing it. Okay, you feel crazy as hell. But when you go back home and you know this is going to be a vlog, you like, shit, it was worth feeling crazy. It's the same thing when you actually go out and start going to the movies by yourself. People might look at you like, what? The way you can get around it is go to a matinee. All right, don't go to a regular viewing, primetime Friday at 8 o'clock. All right, don't go to the 9 o'clock movie on Friday where everybody goes with their dates. All right, that is a way around it. So other than that, yeah, it does feel awkward, but you got to get around that awkwardness. Let me show you an example of me doing a vlog where that happens. All right, let me show you right here. Check this out.
It's a great hotel, and it was the first hotel that I've ever stayed in when I stayed in Oahu. I've never stayed in it again. It is on the beach side, so when you walk outside, you're right there on the beach. Fantastic. Let me go.
All right, so look at the couple behind me. All right, so you can barely see it, but look, there's a couple behind me, right? Well, not a couple. All right, there's a whole gordita, but look at them. So I stopped. I'm talking in a thing, the device right here. And if you want to know more about it, join the Money Mindset. I'll show you all of my tools. So basically, I'm talking into this stick. Now, they're looking at me like, they're looking at me like this right here.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
They act like they never seen a travel vlog, a camera, a nigga talking to himself. They act like they're like, what is he doing? Is he doing something weird? Is he going to rob us? Like, what's going on?
Straight Jack.
And watch how they react when I walk past them, because I actually stop and walk past them.
Okay, to take a look in the inside. Let's see.
All right, to go through this hotel. So they think I'm going to jump them, rob them.
They let me record.
All right, so there you go right there. Look at this guy. He's like, what is this nigga doing? What is he doing? He's going to rob us. Look how the wife is looking at me. Big old orangutan gordita. Big ass, big back. So you see, it's kind of an awkward thing in the public where people are looking at you like, what the fuck is going on? What is he doing? This shit is weird. What is he going to do? Approach us? Prank us? What is he doing? What is this weirdo doing recording? Don't get me in the video. All right, look at him. He looking over his shoulder. People do this to me all the time when I'm vlogging. All right, they do this. They just be reacting funny and shit. All right, look at even the daughter looking. Look how she looking. They cannot take their eyes off of me. She even. All right, what is this motherfucker doing? What is he doing? They all diving in the car and acting all weird. Mind your own business. I'm recording. I got to get to the hotel. What the fuck? All right, look at him. They can't take my eyes off. What is this nigga doing? She watching. All right, she want me to fix her bind back there. That's what she want me to do. All right, she want me to fix her bind. All right, but people be reacting mad weird. You know what I mean? When you in public with recording yourself talking. They look. This nigga walking by. Who is he talking to? Watch him. Huh? Oh, wait. Now he walking on this side. All right. All in the video. Hey, and see, here's the thing. This is actually proving what this woman is saying. Yes, when you start doing things like that, it's going to feel awkward. It might even prevent you from doing it. You're like, I don't want to really do it because people are going to think I'm weird. Same thing with the free agent lifestyle. Same thing with going to the movies by yourself. Same thing with vlogging. Same thing with going to dinner by yourself. Same thing with traveling by yourself. All right. People are going to think you're weird. All right. But the results of it are going to have way more lasting effects. All right. Than necessary. All right. So this woman then says right here, it's an evil world we live in. You see how people be acting?
It's an evil world we live in.
You see how people be acting? All right, it says right here, this is why. Okay, let's see what this woman says.
Why there are more and more single women now, because more and more women are high achieving. And if your motivation is to get married and have kids, and that's your only motivation, you're going to find a partner early and that's it. You job done, keep going. But if your motivation isn't necessarily that, if you want to go on to university, get your career sorted and then turn around and have kids, say, where is he? Well, he's not there because he's already been taken up by everybody else. And men traditionally don't like dating high achieving women unless they're high achieving themselves. So you've got even less of a pool to choose from. So the answer for the women is to think outside the square and think, right, okay, do I really need the guy who's got the degree? So then you have to change your wish list a little bit and think, okay, I'm not going to be as rigid with my must-haves, and isn't kindness, generosity, sense of humor, attractiveness, just general chemistry, isn't that enough? This is
all right. So this woman's talking about high achieving women and how they process dating and relationships.
And that's
all right. High achieving women often face unique challenges in finding a partner due to the combination of societal expectations and personal dynamics. Societal norms sometimes struggle to keep up with the pace. See, there's that word norms again. Norms. All right. Understand what a norm is. All right. It means that the greater majority of people are doing it, and it is established in the culture that we're doing it. All right. Not that you did it. All right. I did it. I used to do it. It doesn't matter. All right. What matters are what everybody's accepted as common practice. Societal norms sometimes struggle to keep pace with women's evolving roles. We're going to talk about that because we're going to talk about courting in a bit, where the women are evolving and progressing, but they want something traditional. And this woman's even saying it. And it says right here, it leads to stereotypes and misconceptions that high achieving women are less interested in relationships or that their success intimidates potential partners. These are all misnomers. And it's just women trying to find their way. They're trying to find out how it works, but they're evolving and progressing in a position they've never been. But then they're like, what? Why won't men like me? Because men are picking women for a certain reason. Well, they should pick me because of me. We don't care about all that. All right. And then they won't accept it. Well, you're just intimidated by me. So even this page is called Psychology on Instagram. They're even trying to tell the woman, and this woman is even trying to tell them, it has nothing to do with any of that. It's that you are evolving, and now you're picking from a smaller select group of men. All right. Some men will accept you. Most won't, because that is not the societal norm. It may be becoming the norm. Okay. It may be becoming the norm, but it's not. All right. It's not at this point. So the women got to realize the decisions that they make will determine how men are going to respond to them. Plain and simple. All right. And so this woman broke it down. You're just going to have left men to choose from, or you're going to have to choose from a simp.
And that's you.
All right. That's all. All right. So that's all that is. All right. Now, women don't want to adjust to this reality. They want us to adjust to it. Briefolk's law. All right. So men aren't adjusting. We have another one right here that says this about masculine or alpha men. This is an alpha widow. Here we go.
Always been told there's one of two choices. You can have a beta or an alpha, and nobody wants the beta when you're a strong female, or maybe most of us don't, right? Yeah. So we're always going for alphas, and alphas are like, I need you to be submissive, and they're super competitive with us, and we have a lot of challenges.
Yes.
Later, I discover the Sigma. The Sigmas do not compete with their women. They want their women to be strong and independent. It doesn't mean they're not being gentlemen and chivalrous. They're still showing up that way, but they're a bit of a lone wolf. They're natural leaders. They kind of sit in the background. They get pulled to be leaders and run things because of their natural leadership skills.
Right.
However, they're not in front of the room saying, I'm the big dog. I'm the one, who's got to do it. Like, they're not leading in that way.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the relationship with women, they're like, please rise up. Let's be a power couple. No problem. 100%. I'm still going to lead where, I'm going to lead. Yeah. But they allow the women to have the space, and there's not that competitive energy that causes a lot of problems for strong women.
You see what's going on, man. You see all this copium. You see what's going on. See, they're the ones constantly changing, trying to evolve into who they want. Strong woman, alpha, dominant woman, me. All right, alphas out here, they can't take us because, they want us to be submissive and submit. All right, the beta, we don't want the beta. So that's 80% of guys. Oh, but there's the Sigma. There's the 5% guy. All right, the Sigma. So I don't get the top 10% guy. I don't get the 85% guy or the 85. All right, is my mathing? Yes, I'll take the 5% guy, the Sigma. He doesn't care that I'm strong and dominant. He doesn't care that I'm career focused. This is bullshit. Again, now they're targeting the Sigma. He's not the big guy in front. I'm a Sigma. I'm a very much a Sigma. All right, if you describe us with any of these bookmark terms, I'm a Sigma. I'm not the loudest guy in the room. I ain't always up front. All right, I'm definitely not in the beta, but we all got characteristics of all of that within us, right? I'm a very Sigma guy, but a true introvert in that I don't like to associate with people where I don't get an association back. People drain me. It's not social anxiety. It's just people don't, if people are talking about something that I don't want to talk about, I don't want to talk about it. All right, so I tend to withdraw into my comfort, but I'm a go-getter. I'm a go-getter, but I don't have to show and prove it all the time. All right, well, she's now like, I found the perfect guy. All right, these guys like strong and independent women. These guys like to see women rise. Maybe, but it's more that we don't give a fuck what you're doing. All right, that's what it is. All right, okay, you want to do that, go do it. All right, but we're not out here, we're going to support you. I'm going to be your partner, and we're going to watch you rise. This is all, again, women are changing so dynamically into who they are. They're trying to always identify with male characteristics and dominance. They always seem to want to rely on that, but you catch their ass crying in a bowl of soup at the drop of a hat. All right, and they want to withdraw back to, but I still am a feminine. All right. And so then they're evolving, and then they're trying to find the men that fits them instead of fitting in with the guy. And they're not doing it. Most of them are struggling in this. They want to be like guys and go fuck, ride the cock carousel. But when guys hold that against them, well, what's wrong? All right, it's you're intimidated by me. They're the ones actually kind of moving the needle or the goalpost, and they're trying to find the as this woman said right here, there's a small group of men that are going to fit into this, a very small. Like, you're going to have to give up on some of these things you're asking for. In this woman's case, she says, I'll just go get the Sigma. Oh, the 5% guy. The 5% guy. Oh, we thought it was bad at the 80-20 rule. Now these women are so-called chasing the Sigma that's supposedly accepting. He's not intimidated by me. He wants to see me rise. He wants to be a partner. No, they don't. Let me play it again so you can hear this crazy shuffling.
Always been told there's one of two choices. You can have a beta or an alpha, and nobody wants the beta when you're a strong female, or maybe most of us don't, right? Yeah. So we're always going for alphas, and alphas are like, I need you to be submissive, and they're super competitive with us.
Let me clear this up. We don't want the beta male, but we get ran through by the alphas. We want the alpha. She said it. I didn't say it. She said we want the alpha. So that means they get ran through by the alphas. They don't want the beta, so what's left? The Sigma. Now, what the Sigma that she's going to talk about, these women think they're doing the Sigma a favor. This is what they're saying. Oh, we'll get the Sigma because probably nobody really wants them, and I think I'm going to get a diamond in the rough. It's not going to be much competition for him. He'll probably think I'm the best thing since sliced bread. He'll probably need me for some money. You know what I mean? So she thinks because he's not alpha, she's doing him a favor. Oh, okay, I'll just slide over to the Sigma. I'll just slide over to him, and he'll just welcome me with open arms. He probably ain't got no hoes. He probably ain't got shit to do because he's sitting in the house all the time. He ain't out there thumping his chest. He quiet, he reserved. He only talks when he needs to. I'll just slide over there. That's what she's saying right now. So we got Alpha Widow who got ran through by alphas, and she going to slide over to the Sigma. Oh, this will be easy work. Nobody paying attention to him. He probably ain't the type of guy that fuck on the first night. He probably ain't the type of guy that got mad hoes. So I'll just go over there. Hoes ain't checking for him. He don't be at the club. All right, so hoes ain't checking for him. So I'm going to just slide over there to the Sigma. All right, that's her logic right here. That's her logic. Tell me, that's her logic.
Us and we have a lot of challenges.
Yes.
Later, I discover the Sigma.
And that's you.
I discovered the Sigma after what? Getting ran through. Getting ran through, dominated by the alpha. All right, this the type of bitch that make you, yeah, you know, you cool and all, Mr. Sigma, but can you wait 30 days for the punani? All right, nah, man. I used to get dominated and choked out by the alpha and spit down my throat. I won't let you do it either. You seem like a nice guy. You seem like the guy that don't want to pull my hair. All right, bite my nipples. All right, so guess what? You know, I'll slide over to you real quick. All right, but wait 30 days and take me out on 3 dates, Mr. Sigma. You ain't got no hoes anyway. I'm doing you a favor. I'm probably the best you've ever had. All right, all these assumptions. Then I discovered the Sigma. Oh, this is right at home. Manipulating guy.
The Sigmas do not compete with their women. They want their women to be strong and
this is lies, by the way. This is a lie. This is a lie. She lying. This bitch lying her ass off. They don't compete with their women. They want you to rise up and be strong. All right, lies.
Silence, you fool.
I'm going
Wait
to the
a minute.
streets. End of
Hold
story.
on. We're all sound effect. All right, you found the 5% guy. All right, all the bitches gonna be looking for Sigmas now. All right, they don't compete. All right, they eat punani. All right, we got them. They're happy to have you. It's not competitive over there.
independent. It doesn't mean they're not being gentlemen and chivalrous. They're still showing up that way, but they're a bit of a lone wolf.
All right, so you're saying they're not insecure, or they're not whatever, they're competing with their women. She said also something else. They don't mind your independence. You know why? Because they got a rotation. That's why. They got a rotation. Now, these guys don't exploit their rotation. All right, these guys will be like, get in where you fit in. All right, and you're like, cool, I'm gonna be independent, and she'll fit your ass in like this. She'll schedule you in. All right, I'll schedule him, give him about 2 or 3 days a week so I can do my business. And then they think you out here, when they're not with you, they think you out here just twiddling your thumbs. Like, when am I going to see you again? All right, you're independent. I guess I support your powerful, independent ambitions. All right, I'm building businesses. I have business meetings. I have to do this to make a little extra money. You know what he's doing when you're doing that? When you go out and you're not with him and you only see him 2 to 3 days a week, he fucking other bitches, or he's building himself. All right. He's non-committal. All right. Yeah. You my girl. Cool. He ain't telling you about all the bitches he's messing with. All right. You got me on the schedule. Cool. But you ain't going to be the only bitch. All right. You want to see me 2 days a week? Okay, cool. You want to do me that? I'll let you fit in. Get in where you fit in. All right. Here we go. You got 2 days. I'm going to have 3 other women filling in the other days. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Pencil me in, bitch. Pencil me in. All right, cool. All right. And then when they go home and they're like, how was your day? You know what I'm doing? I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna argue with you. Oh, my day was cool. It was a great day. After I'd have finished busting, roar! And then I pick up my phone. My day was fantastic. Did you have a good day? Yeah, what did you do today? Oh, it was a great day. Don't worry about all that. Don't worry your pretty little head. And when am I going to see you again? Oh, next Friday. Okay, I got you. I got you on the calendar Friday. All right, let me get my dick a rest on Thursday. Yep. He says, I'm telling all the secrets. That's how Sigmas move. Oh, okay, cool. Yep, be independent. All right, I'll be as non-committal as you are, but I'll keep your ass in the rotation. But I ain't going to be out here bragging about it because I'm a Sigma male. Look at all this cope. All right, going to be independent. I love it.
They're natural leaders. They kind of sit in the background. They get pulled to be leaders and run things because of their natural leadership skills.
Right.
However, they're not in front of the room saying, I'm the big dog. I'm the one, who's got to
That intimidates them right there.
do it. Like, they're not leading in that way.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the relationship with women, they're like, please rise up.
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you want to do, bitch. Go buy a house. Go fly a kite. Rise up. Get your bundle business and your eyelash tech business and your nail business. Go ahead. Put it together. And while you doing that, I'm getting freaky with a ling-ling on Thursday. Go ahead. All right, go do your shit. All right, we don't give a fuck. Go ahead, rise up. All right, good. Have your own business so you won't be looking at me all sideways. But when the shit fails, don't look at my ass. And if you need $200 extra, that means your business. They go rise up, bitch. Rise up. All right. Go on a vacation. Go on a trip. But just don't think I'm sitting here doing nothing. All right. You out of your mind if you think I'm sitting here doing absolutely nothing. All right. Go do whatever the hell you want. You want to be a skeezer? You want to go have 2 sugar daddies? You want to get on OnlyFans? You want to rise up, bitch? Rise the fuck up. I don't care. It ain't on my tab. They think you're just sitting over there. I'm going to see you. Don't worry. Just let me know, bitch. But yes, when you come around here looking for a commitment after you get washed out, all right, and your plans don't work out, I ain't going to be the one.
And that's you.
There ain't no commitment coming from over here, all right, when you going out with your girls and going out on girls trip. When you come back, I need a commitment when you all washed out and ran through. Nope. I'll still take some of that punani, though, all right? Do we got Friday on? It's Friday. I'll take that Friday punani. All right. Do me a favor, man. Get them damn lights up, man. All right. They be out here bugging. All right. What do we got here? We got another one here. It's the evil world. Oh, man. Not the good guy, bad guy conversation. Okay. Listen to this one right here. We have this woman says, the guys who like me versus the guys that I like. Yes, it's a skit.
Good morning to the most beautiful girl in the world. Let me know if you're trying to grab some brunch around 12. I know this beautiful romantic spot where I can have a limousine driver to even pick you up and wake your ass up, ho. Hey, let's go get some breakfast. I'm thinking IHOP or Denny's, but can you pay? Because I don't really have money right now. Oh, and can you also pick me up as well? Oh my God, he's so cute.
Yep, there you go, man. Listen, I know people are going to say it's a skit. All right, but yeah, man, you should realize that this is the truth, man. I know this is why I always tell guys, man, don't try to be the nice guy to them. Meaning, like, don't go above and beyond. Like, if that's what you want to do and that's a part of your program, go for it. But don't think that that's going to be endearing. In fact, she might dry up like the Sahara Desert. All right, she might dry up like the Sahara Desert. You're annoying her with this. All right, because you're trying to impress her, doing too much, and you are subjugating yourself. You're putting yourself at a lower rung by pedestalizing her. One of the reasons why this doesn't work is because a lot of these girls been ran through, right? They already kind of know they ain't ish. They just need to convince you that they ain't ish. They know they want to get dominated. They want to get dominated. All right. And so for the ladies that are like, but I'm not like that, coach. I'd like to be treated nicely. Age and dress size. All right. Shout out to you. All right. So anyway, yeah, it's crazy. Shout out to ARC with the Mole 1. Yeah, it's sad. It's a sad reality. It says, so treat women like shit. Got it. Yes. I mean, the most memorable men in their lives treated them like shit. All right, just to let you know. And they stayed a long time, unfortunately. And I'm not saying to do it. I'm just telling you what is real. This woman is also describing the same thing. Why women choose the asshole over the good guy. All right, here we go.
Why do people choose assholes over the good ones? It's a simple answer. It's easier to love someone who doesn't love you than it is to love someone who loves you too. Because the person who loves you is going to hold you accountable. The person who loves you is going to challenge your norms. The person who loves you is going to put you in uncomfortable situations to then make you comfortable. They're going to force you to grow. They're going to force you to evolve. They're going to force you to look at yourself and reflect. A person that does not love you doesn't give a fuck about that. A real one is going to make you move, going to make you gradually shift. That's love. A motherfucker that just allows you to act like you're this and you're that, knowing damn well you ain't, that ain't love. That's lust. That's a person just sitting there and letting you fill the space until they find something better. That's why the good ones are still on standby. And you see all these other people in these relationships that don't last too long or last way longer than they should. Why?
All right, we were just talking about this earlier today. The woman has to love you more than you love her. Well, the women were saying that the man has to love them more than she loves him. And that way, she doesn't have to improve. She can just say, I'm doing you a favor. If that's the case, she can use you. She can manipulate you. She can just use you as a utility. If you love her more than she loves you, she really is just using you as a utility. She's not trying to grow and be a better woman. You will find that when women know that there's competition, aka competition anxiety, when they are fully aware of it, not thinking that they're doing you a favor, but when they're fully aware of it, they cooperate. They try to be better. They ask you, how can they be better? They ask you how they can move to number one. All right. They look the other way. So this is an example of it when you're talking about when women love you more than you love her, is that she got to grow. She got to become better. A lot of women are out here. They don't want to become better. They don't want to become better. They're just trying to turn in who they are to you. This is an example. This woman right here. This woman right here. She's like, just take me as I am. Deal with me. This is me. Fuck it. All right, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be a go-getter. I'm going to be an alpha widow. I'm going to be a bulldog. I'm going to be me. I'm going to start my businesses. All right, I'm going to bring in my baggage and my trauma. They don't want to correct themselves. All right, even at the JUCO, I deal with this. That's why I just keep them there. All right, you just going to stay there. They don't want to become better for you. They don't have any interest in that. They just trying to find a way to use you. All right, and they're hoping you get sprung or you're the best they ever had so that they can continue to use you. Then when you cut their ass, they end up shocked. They're like, what? You cut me? Yeah, I didn't develop an emotional attachment to you. And you obviously either did or didn't with me, and that's why you on the outs. You're here for temporary. You were on lease. I got as much usage as I need. Now you're cut. All right, good luck out there. Most of the time, they want to come crawling back because they already had you as a need. All right, so, but they're not trying to get better. Lots of women out here are not trying to get better. They think they think they're better than you, number one. They think they're smarter than you, and they think, the majority of women think that. That's why we think 85% of men are in that beta male category. They think they're better than you, especially when you get older. They further think that, and especially black women to black men, they think they're better than you. All right, so when that happens, if that's the case, they want you to pedestalize her. They want you to court her. They want you, even with all her baggage. They bring in you in what do you call them? Not step kids, but baby daddy kids. All right, I got a whole family ready for you. All you need to do is add you. This is an example of they want you to love her and overlook all of that more than she's going to love you back. All right, what's wrong with these sassy ass men? All right, this is an example of they think they're better than you. Thus, they think they're doing you a favor. So she's even saying it here. This woman said it as well. All right, and this woman has said this as much in a skit, as well as this woman. So today's women are not trying to improve around to be better for you. I mean, that's where, and they want courting. Like, this is the irony. We're about to get to the main event. They want you to court them in this entire mindset. All right. Where are the guys that are going to court us? All right, let's take you through it. I believe we're at it real quick. Yeah, we're at it. Oh, man, I have some other videos for you, but perhaps we'll keep them for another day. But let's get into it here. Main event. All right. Main event right here. The link between dating, courting, and prostitution. We're going to break it down. I was one of the first people here. I'm telling you. I see a lot of people saying this now. Now, I'm not saying I was the first one, but I see a lot of people, even people that are adjacent to this sphere, they're coming in with the same mindset. Dating stemmed from prostitution. I've broken this down for years. Dating, in the mindset that we have it, stemmed directly from prostitution. Courting does not. Courting eventually is supposed to lead to marriage. All right. But we have certain things that we've done to actually get so far away from courting that now women have been ran through and they want you to court them. All right. So let me take you through the phases that we've evolved in that has taken and killed courting. So these are the dating trends from 1920 and on. It says right here, from 1920, dating started to become Dating is a new concept that started around the early 1900s. But before the 1920s, courtship was a public act and a matter of family and community interest. That is so important in the defining what courtship is. It not only was not a private act, it was a public act. And it was done in public, not in the privacy of your own home, not in the privacy of your phone, not in the privacy where your family didn't know it. Courtship was a public act, and it was a matter of family. Who are you going to marry? And or is this going to lead to marriage, make her an honest woman? And it was of community interest, meaning that the community had a benefit to what you got, your association. If the association was bad, there was no benefit. Let's take you back to it. I'm educating you now. The idea that a woman can run around here and date bad guys to get the thrill and the fun was a misnomer. She was going to be penalized, and then people will tell her, oh, don't court her. She's in the bad guys. She does romps in the hay. Don't marry her. All right, that was involved in the courtship process. The woman could not run around town talking about, I want a Sigma male, I want an alpha male, I want a beta male. She didn't have choice. In fact, before courting was arranged marriages. So they didn't even mention this. But before courting, women were property. They were in arranged marriages. Then from arranged marriages the next step was courting. So when you talk about women are like, why don't men court anymore? This is why. But we're going to get into it. We're going to continue to break it down. Before the 1920s, there was arranged marriages, then courting. Then you go into the idea of courting right here declined in the 1920s. Why? Because dates became the norm. It didn't become the norm yet, but that's what they said. Men paid for dates and women set the terms. Now, there's a lot of bullshit in there that we're going to discuss next in 1920. 1930s, the popularity became a key factor in dating success. So popularity, status, money. It says romantic opportunities for non-heterosexual couples began to expand. We don't care about all of that. But it says popularity became a key factor in dating success. Money, status, height, whatever you want. Then it says in the 1940s and 50s, with many men drafted to war, dating became more focused on securing a spouse. Obviously, survival, coming out of the Great Depression, going into World War II. So now it was like, hey, we need to get a spouse. This is the most idyllic time where people go back to traditional dating. Traditional dating. Dating became public at that particular point and accepted publicly. I'm going to break it down. Then you have the second sexual revolution, which is the hippie phase, 60s and 70s. The sexual revolution was fueled by the women's movement, feminists, and the introduction of birth control. So again, now you have birth control where women can have promiscuous sex with less consequences. You would think that that would be a standard, but no. These women still trying to kill their babies in the womb because they're not using birth control. So birth control is available to them. They actually became more promiscuous with birth control. That led to promiscuity. That led to what we're dealing with now, the after effects of women liking the bad guys. Now they can fuck the bad guys with less consequences. Now they still haven't been able to master this because they're still trying to kill babies in the womb. All right, where's the birth control at? Where's the birth control? Oh, it's up to us. It's our fault. All right, let's continue. Then it says right here in the 65, the world's first computer-based matchmaking service, which was called Dateline, was introduced in the UK. Then they say the late 80s and the early 90s, another idyllic period where people think is an idyllic period of dating. But the hookup culture became popular. This is certainly in the 2000s. So let's get this straight. We have arranged marriages, courting, the introduction to dating, but it was not accepted as the norm, the 1920s. Then you had dating become the norm, but then you saw hypergamy, popularity. Then dating for marriage based on economics. Then sexual revolution, the flower child, free love. Then hookup culture. Now we're in prostitution again. Now we're in monetized dating. I call it prostitution. I'm just using it as a loose term. Now we're in monetized dating, where the women are saying we should go back to tradition where men paid for X, Y, and Z, where the women are getting paid for acts, or they're monetized in a variety of ways. They're commercially monetized. They're corporately monetized. They're monetized in the fact that they're pursuing careers. They're monetized on social media. So now they're trying to adjust in this new landscape, and then calling for courting to return, but it's never going to return. Let's continue to break it down. Hit the like button on this lesson, because this is an important lesson. Hit the like button. All right, here we go right here. The fascinating history of how courtship became dating. How courtship was replaced by dating. This is why it's never going to come back, and you're going to understand it after I'm done. It says dating is hell, but how much worse would it have been, would it be if the very act of it landed you in jail? Dating. If dating landed you in jail, this is important. It says the first female daters faced exactly that, mistaken in their quest for love for prostitutes. Now, I've been saying for years that dating stems from prostitution. In fact, there's another example. In fact, that dating could land you in jail because your quest for love was mistaken for being a prostitute. It says, as with the concepts of teenager and middle class, these are all new concepts. Dating is a historically recent invention. I'm going to say this again. This is why I always say people don't understand what dating is. Teenager, who knew that that was a new invention? It didn't come around until the 1940s or 50s. In fact, we've lived 40,000 years of civilization before we used the term teenager. Teenager has never been around up until the 1940s. People thought teenagers were young adults. So this is why we now have teenagers as children, but teenagers are adolescents. They're not children. They're young adults. They were fully capable of working, producing, working on the farm, having children, even starting families. Yes, even starting families. They're not children. But now we've evolved so progressively that now we call teenagers children. But teenagers is a new concept, as well as dating. There was no dating before the 1920s. Nobody dated. There was no dating at the slave plantation. Plantation owners did not date. People pretty much courted or were in arranged marriages. All right, but let's continue. It says right here, dating is a historically recent invention spurred by the influx of women into the big cities, city girls, seeking work around the turn of the 20th century. The word date was coined inadvertently, it seems, by economists that said, working class lives, it says right here, he wrote that there was a clerk named Artie whose girlfriend was losing interest in him and began to see other men socially. When Artie confronts his fading love, he says, I suppose the other boys are filling in all of my dates. So dates was just simply putting a person on a calendar. That's what a date is. I have a date. I have an appointment with a person. That's all dating is. Dating is not this concept that people have created in their mind, how you meet a person, how you talk to them, how you introduce themselves, right? How you meet people to marry. Date was simply putting somebody on your calendar, all right? And this is what some women are doing to other men, all right? I'll see you Friday. But then on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, they doing something else. So that's all what dates is. That's all. It's filling in my dates. But when these single women, listen, stripped from their dependency of fathers and husbands. This is important. When these single city girls, stripped from their dependency on fathers and husbands, begin to be courted in public, police, politicians, and civic leaders were alarmed. In the eyes of the authority, women who let men buy them food and drinks or gifts and entrance tickets look like whores. I'm reading here. Let me explain this again. Women who let men buy them food and drinks or gifts and entrance tickets look like whores, and making a date seem like the same as turning a trick. If this is the first time you hearing this, wake up. I've been saying this for years. If you've heard me do this speech before, congratulations, thank you. So dating was seen as, what are they doing? Because courting was supposed to be public. What are these girls doing? They're buying them food. They're taking them out to restaurants. They're buying them tickets to shows. They're taking them out on vacation. What the fuck is this? You look like a whore. This is turning tricks. And it gets worse. So I've been saying, do all men pay? Everything's prostitution. It's all tricking. All right, but, niggas don't want to understand it. But here's the thing. It says when women were stripped of their dependency on their fathers and their husbands. Remember, women started to marry less and less and less. They wanted to be free and all of this shit right there. And arranged marriages and courting became less common. So now since fathers and husbands or fathers and families are not part of the courting process anymore, the women are independent. There's no more fathers. The woman can in private set up dates, get free meals, but the public looked at this as whoring. Uh-oh. We have a woman that got triggered. A woman is triggered now. Listen, for the ladies that are triggered, I don't give a fuck about you. We're teaching the men today. We don't care about what you're talking about. All right. The woman, y'all can be triggered all day long. This matters. So now it says right here, and I'll repeat it, women who let men buy them food and drinks and gifts and entrance tickets look like whores, and making a date seem to be the same as turning a trick. Then it says, after centuries of women's fortunes being dictated by men around them, the notion of a woman on their own gave much of society pause. In Chicago, single women were known as women adrift. What do I tell you? Women are lost. They don't know what they're doing. They're misguided and undecided. They don't know where they're going. They're just day to day. Women adrift, loose, vamps. All right, so they were considered, these women are lost. These women are lost. In fact, because women they're no longer property. They're no longer property. They're no longer under the control of their father. Their brothers don't select their mates. We don't publicly court with interest in society and interest in community and family. We no longer do that. The woman is on her own. She then began to do what they called a woman adrift. All right, AKA she in these streets.
In these streets.
All right, so society has now said, hey, these women are lost causes. They're not to be, it gets deep, man. This shit gets deep. They're not to be mated with. Let them go. These girls are three of, they'll never be housewives. All right, let them go. All right, so anyway, renegades, yes. All right, so now it says the charity girl. Oh, it gets worse. This is now from arranged marriages to courting to dating. The charity girl, these circumstances gave birth to dating rituals and other unfortunate traditions that still remain, or at least still cause confusion as much of more society changes today. So it's still, dating still causes confusion because men are looking at it like, what is going on? It doesn't make much sense to many men. When women first hit the workplace, the belief remained widespread that these girls were working not to support themselves, but only to supplement the earnings of their fathers or husbands. This is an important understanding. So when women first hit the workforce, there was a belief that the woman initially was there to support the earnings or supplement the earnings of their fathers and husbands. They weren't there to support themselves. They were there to supplement their husbands, their family, and so forth and so on. This is important because this is why we still have the standard we have today that is causing much confusion. As such, employers use this misconception as an excuse to pay women far less than they paid men. In the 1900s, the average female worker earned less than half of what a man would earn in the same position. And it says, if you've ever wondered how it developed that men were expected to treat their dates, that means pay. And treating is a type of dating. So when they say treat, that is a type of dating. It says, if you ever wonder, and I'll clean it up, if you ever wonder how it was established that men paid for the dates first, the reason why we have the idea that men pay for dates first, it's because women were known to make far less. It was known, it was an established practice to pay women far less than they paid men, because otherwise they thought they were working to supplement the men in their lives, to supplement their fathers and families. But today, women are supposed to supplement themselves. They're paying for themselves. So as a result, women make more. But why does the standard exist still that men pay for the first date? You see what's happening here? So they say the man is supposed to pay, but why? Because the real reason why is that women made far less. Today, women make more or equal or whatever. So these ideas that if you ask me or if I ask you, this didn't matter. This didn't matter at all. It was because they made far less. Today, that's not the case. You see what's happening. So women are trying to dip into an old tradition, but now they progress way past the point of needing to pay for the date. So now they're using the system to get men to pay. This is why people are uncomfortable discussing the date. This is why we're having problems with people in dating, because men look at it like this is prostitution or this is unfair. This is uncomfortable. All right. So now let's go a little bit further. Let's go a little bit further. It says right here, quote, if I had to buy all my meals, I'd never get along. A young woman living in a boarding house in Hell's Kitchen told a social worker in 1915. But as these women were courted in public, efforts were undertaken to curb what authorities viewed as a potential public menace. Why? Why was this going to be a potentially public menace? Because since women were not with their husbands or fathers, they started to date more and more men. They started to date around. And this was because women needed to pay for their meals. So this is the first foodie call. This woman said, if it wasn't for dating, this is how I feed myself. If I had to buy all my meals, I'd never get along. So in essence, this is the first bind.
I'm in a bind.
This is Fixes Binds LLC, 1915. The woman is starting to use dates to pay for her meals. The first finesse, the first foodie calls. And some of them begin to have sex based on these dates. Oh yeah. So now you have a public menace. Today, this still exists. Women are using men for foodie calls. It is said like almost half of dates are the woman has no intentions or interest in the guy. She's just using it to get food. She basically saying this.
Let you get it through your thick skull that I'm broke.
Yep.
Dead, flat, stony, broke. I've got $3.85 in my purse.
Now, am I hitting a home run so far? Oh, it gets a little bit deeper. We're going to go a little bit deeper into it. We're going to go a little bit deeper into it because this started to make a problem. What is the problem here? What is the problem with this? This is going to make a problem. It says right here, in the early 1900s, vice commissions, you know what vice commissions are? These are people that investigate crimes related to drugs and prostitution and human trafficking and shit like that. Vice commissions across the country sent police and undercover investigators to check out spots where people went to make dates. This is according to Weigel, the author here. As early as 1905, private investigators hired by a group of progressive do-gooders in New York City were taking notes on what we can now recognize as the dating avant-garde. She recalls the report of one such special agent staking out at the Strand Hotel in Midtown, who noted that the women that he was spying on did not seem like prostitutes per se, but were concerning nonetheless. Okay. All right. They're not really like prostitutes. They're not just harassing regular Johns, But this still is concerning. And it says right here, of the store employees, telephone girls, stenographers, etc., he noted that their morals are loose. And there is no question that they are on terms of sexual intimacy with their male companions. So they're doing the same thing as the prostitutes are doing. They're not on the corner. They're not seemingly disturbing anybody. They're having sex, right? The sex is being had, which is really passé at that point publicly. But we don't know. They're not causing a menace. They're not causing a scene about it. But these arrangements don't seem to be romantically linked. They seem to be these women are fixing the bind. They're getting their binds fixed. So the JUCO he's like, it's not really prostitution, but they're getting fed and getting fucked. Like, what's going on? I've been saying this for a long time. People don't want to listen to me, but I got the evidence today. It gets deeper. So heavy was the concern that the loose, immoral women might harm society that in 1910, John D. Rockefeller Jr. New world order. Okay, the son of the Standard Oil founder and baron, funded investigations into the commercialized vice industries of more than a half a dozen or more than a dozen American cities. So they went to at least a dozen American cities to figure out what these girls were doing because it was causing loose, immoral behavior. All right, the women started fucking like crazy to get fed. And so the women that are saying, well, just because you take me on a date doesn't mean that you get sex, that is, again, a manipulation of the system because it's like the dating apps. This is not a hookup. I'm not here for a hookup. Again, a manipulation of the system. This is clearly a hookup app. Now you're coming in here to manipulate it because you get in front of more men. Now you're forcing them to go down this traditional route because to benefit you. So they're saying the women are doing the same thing here. They're not courting. They're not looking for husbands. They're just trying to fuck for food or whatever they're fucking for, money or whatever it is. And it says, it sounds like a joke until you learn that some women were thrown in jail for this horrible crime. And it says right here, by the mid-1910s, women on dates came to be known as charity girls. Charity girls. All the YouTubers are about to steal this shit and run with it. What is a charity girl? A charity girl is, since they took no money for the favors, they were perceived to be giving it away as charity. And by the 1920s, the prostitutes at New York's Strand Hotel complained that charity girls were putting them out of business. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying this, dating stems from prostitution. So much so that the women that were not getting money, they were just getting gifts in restaurants and tickets to events. As you heard, the prostitutes felt that the girls were undercutting their business. Come on. They're like, these girls, they giving up free punani, but was it really free? No, it wasn't free. Them guys were paying in a certain way. They just weren't giving them the money directly to hand. I've been saying this. It's directly or indirectly, it's the same thing. Directly or indirectly, it's the same thing. So the women who are now let me go back to this because this is important. This is important. It says right here, these women were store employees, telephone girls, stenographers, secretaries, and the like. So these are normal girls. These are regular girls, young girls, in the city, sex in the city. These aren't like prostitutes and strags and skeezers. The strags, skeezers, and prostitutes were mad at the regular girls, the nice girls, for ruining their business. They're like, these girls are messing up our business. These guys would normally be with me, but now they're paying for the regular girl to turn them out. And these regular girls are still ending up at the hotel with their legs up like a goalpost. You see what's happening? So these are public girls. This is why we have today. Women are in public acting like prostitutes. But then they can say, but I'm not a prostitute. I'm a good girl. I'm dating. I'm just do this. I'm just dating. But dating around is simply just prostitution. I mean, when you have sex with all the alphas and you date up and you're looking for a high value man and you're giving up sex and he paid you and he treated you, he fixed the bind. This is all just prostitution. It's all the same. It's all the same. There's no difference, guys. I mean, you might think it's difference to feel better and you might think I'm coping, but here's the evidence right here. It's all the same. It's the same thing. It was so much the same that the prostitutes were like, what are these girls doing? Charity girls. They're messing up our business. And another one says, at a Bedford reformatory, an institution founded to rehabilitate female delinquents in upstate New York, an Irish woman told her jailers again and again that she had never taken money from men. Instead, men took her to Coney Island to dances and picture shows. Woo-wee! Morgan in here triggered. She trying to cope. Morgan in here trying to cope. Hey, she said, I never took money. He never paid me for sex. But he did take me to dances and picture shows and movies, and he did take me here, and he bought me, he did go shopping. He treated me. He bought me flowers and candies and roses. He bought food for me. He took me to the grocery store. He filled me up. He told me to buy. Bruh, you hear this? Do you hear this? So the woman, it's like, I didn't take any money. I'm not a prostitute. But he simply just gave me gifts and tickets and sports events, and he just did this. He took me to the club, a bar, a lounge. He bought me drinks. Do you see? The pay is still there. And at this point, they're going, but he still paid. All right, this is still going to cause a problem. When you talk about courting, we're so far gone from courting at this point, it's ridiculous. And a lot of these women were minors, like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, these women were young women. He gave me free stuff. I opened my legs. What's the problem? All right, and they're like, this is going to cause a major rift in our community. As years passed, the Vice Squad, it says right here. As years passed, the Vice Squad had to accept it. Daters did not see these exchanges as tawdry. They saw them as romantic. So they said, again, this is what I'm telling you. They had to simply just throw up their hands. It's like, well, this is what the new kids are doing. This is what the young women are doing. We can't stop it because it was not really illegal since they're not taking direct money. They found a way around the system. So they're like, I guess we got to let a hoe be a hoe. We got to let a hoe be a hoe. So let's continue. The shop girl. Actually, do I want to even discuss the shop girl? The shop girl, I guess there's one thing I want to talk about the shop girl. So now we're talking about women. It says right here, when dating finally became acceptable, it wasn't exactly liberating for women. All right, because most of the time women were still getting in position to try to find a husband. If the American dream for men was to work hard to become successful, the equivalent for women was to get a job and marry your rich boss. Okay, and he's talking about this woman, just to go through it here. This woman, a sociologist who taught at a high school in Chicago South Side, interviewed senior girls about their plans after graduation. This person said, I want to be a stenographer. One announced, I'm going to be an executive secretary and marry the boss. Again, an idea now that is somewhat passé, but it's just the idea that women position themselves to get a job to try to marry up. All right, as they call it, the PhD, the MRS degree, right? They go to school to find a mate. They get a job to find a husband. It wasn't to get a job and start a business, get a job and be CEO. It was to find the rich husband. So you see how far things have come. It says the other alternative for women was to take a job in high-class department stores where rich men were likely to shop. These women were called shop girls. Shop girls. And it says right here, this a person that worked 2 summers at a department store knew of several marriages and heard of many more where the husband was far above the wife as measured by economic scale. And it says, this is an article in a magazine, says how shop girls win rich husbands. And an in-house newsletter for Macy's employees in New York even included a gossip column that tracked these courtships. So the women got jobs at shops. Then it says right here, talking about the idea of shop girls attracting rich men. All right, now, why is this important? Because this is where it's important. It says, in an odd way, this consumerism marked a form of progress. In an earlier era, a girl from humble origins could not hope to look like a wife or a daughter of a millionaire. But a job in a department store or a laundry gave anyone opportunity to become well-versed in the signs of wealth. Watch this connection back to prostitution. Watch it come back full circle to prostitution. I'm telling you, man, this is an eye-opener. It should be an eye-opener lesson. Listen to how it turns back. How do you think it's going to turn back to prostitution? Somebody see if you can get it. Okay. How do you think it's going to turn back? Because they're going to read back and connect this back to prostitutes. All right. It's amazing. Dating stems from prostitution. I hope you're getting this lesson. All right. So there's really no difference. There's just a little gray area here and there. So let's go back. It says right here. It says, to that end, shop girls studied their well-to-do female customers seeking to imitate their look, which led to the business world to pounce on this new type of consumer who sought little but to impress. It says the cosmetic industry exploded during this time in the 1920s. And it says previously only prostitutes and actresses painted. AKA only prostitutes and actresses wore makeup. Uh-oh. Previous to the 1920s, because women were now trying to practice hypergamy by getting into shop girls and getting into position to target a high-value man, they started to mimic the looks of prostitutes and actresses and started to paint their face. The cosmetic industry exploded in the 1920s. Previously, only prostitutes and actresses painted. Victorians were viewed naturally. It says that Victorians had viewed natural outer beauty as a sign of clean living. But around the 1900s, more and more women were starting to apply cosmetics. By 1912, the Baltimore Sun reported that even respectable society women are seen on our streets.
In these streets.
And fashionable promenades with painted faces. With painted faces. The counter societies, it says to counter societies negative associated with painted faces, the cosmetic industry invented a new term, makeup. Not only was making yourself up permissible, advertisers were soon claiming it was a positive virtue. By making herself up, a woman showed that she valued her femininity and was willing to spend time and money on her appearance. All right.
In these streets.
Now, let me stop right there. Let me stop it right there because I know this is heavy shit. Am I doing a good job of connecting this? There should be no doubt in your mind what's going on as to how we got to this point. How did we get to this point? I'm connecting the dots. You can fight it if you want. Yes, it matters because this is still a problem in our society. Now, let's go backwards again. We're going to go backwards. This is where the problem we're having is because there's this uncomfortable connection with dating that just doesn't make sense. Guys are like, why do we have to pay? Why do we have to do this? Why are women dating in foodie calls where it already existed? Let's go backwards. You had arranged marriages, then courtships. Let me define it again. Courtship was a public act and a matter of family and community interest, meaning you can't marry a skeezer. Then the 1920s, the idea of courting declined and dates started to become the norm. Men paid for dates and women set the term. Popularity, hypergamy. became a key factor to dating success. If you were famous, if you had status, if you were rich, you were more successful with dating. Then it embarked into the sexual revolution, then hookup culture, and now we here are in monetized dating. Let me break it down for you. What is courting? Courting is the process of getting to know someone before a possible marriage or committed relationship. We can clearly establish that dating is not that. Okay, so dating doesn't accomplish this at all. Let me repeat myself. Dating does not accomplish this definition. The process of getting to know someone before a possible marriage or committed relationship. Dating inevitably does not accomplish this. You still, even the earlier times, foodie call, sex in hotels. This is not going to accomplish this. And the verb is right here. It's a verb for the word courtship. It can be a formal or informal agreement or arrangement. It can include variety of activities and rituals. All right, so they do describe these activities. It says it can include going on dates, gift giving, correspondence, meeting each other's families, dancing, eating together, traveling together, and more. The difference between dating and courting. Courting is generally more formal, intentional, and structured than dating, and is often more serious. So anybody who's courting someone is doing it formally. You might even ask the father, meet the parents, and shit like this. Not giving out flowers and any of these things, but that is included in it. And chasing her down, you typically would go to the family because courting followed arranged relationships. And here's an example: sending flowers to your partner's office, surprising them with a book they mentioned, and or offering to cook their favorite meal. All right, and it says courting can vary from culture to culture, from couple to couple. Historically, courting was traditionally a male pursuing a female, but today, anyone could court anyone. All right, now, this is where it gets a little tough. What is the process of courting historically? This is where I'm telling you it's never coming back, namely because we don't allow it, namely because we're courting or dating multiple people, or we're engaged in a variety of acts that fall in a gray area. Why courting will never return. It says right here, family has played a significant role in the courtship process throughout history. And the way the family is involved varies by culture and time period. That right there, for anyone asking why don't men court anymore, that right there is why it will never return. Because how many people are including the family in the process? These women are dating you and asking you to court them with no benefit. You ain't meet no family. You have no intentions of meeting the family formally. She's trying to keep that shit a secret. She's trying to date who she wants to date and court who she wants to court and fuck who she wants to fuck. This is not going to work, right? Right? So the family, early American colonies, parents played a key role in choosing their children's partners. That is what I call the prior to courting was arranged marriages. So parents played a key role in choosing their children's partners, as marriage was seen as a critical decision with financial and social consequences. In the 17th century, most colonies required parent consent for marriage. Now, this is because people tended to marry young, but even in the colonial days, you had to have parental consent to marry. All right, so we've gotten rid of that, and even that article that I read earlier, they even said the women became independent of their fathers and husbands. Yes. Then it says the Regency era, family and friends were involved in guiding and limiting the courtship process. What? So again, dating, courting, marriage, intentional, formal, informal, your family and friends were involved in guiding and even limiting the courtship process. This sounds like something like in church, socially, high school, college, even early work experience. The family and friends had a say. These renegade women out here that are dating and prostituting, if you will, they're leaving the family and friends completely out of it. At best, I met a guy on a dating app. I met a guy, he asked me out. What's his name? Oh, his name is Roger. Here's a picture of him. But I'm going to know about him later. That leads to that leads to failure. The vetting process was done by the family and friends to ensure the protection of the property, the woman. So she's not out here fucking the bad boys and then trying to find the sigmas. We're trying to prevent all that. We're going to prevent you from marrying a hoe. Okay, we're going to prevent all that. So it said we're going to limit all that shit. Nah, she fast. Based on their perceptions of the couple's suitability. You guys aren't compatible. No. A man might take tea with the woman and her family. And the couple might go for walks together with a chaperone. See, this is what we're talking about. See, this is why courting's never going to come back, because these things are just want to eliminate it. This is cherry picking. I want a strange guy to court me, pay for shit, and then I'll give him sex here and there if I decide. That was uncalled for in the courting process. In fact, the man did not take her anywhere publicly. You went somewhere privately. You went to the patio of your house. You went on a walk in your neighborhood. You went on a walk at the park. You even had somebody accompany you. Sit on a bench. We're going to walk and do some walking laps and see if we get together. Chaperone, a parent, a brother, a sibling, a cousin, a pastor, whatever it is. This is why courting will never return. There's no courting because they just want you to court in the dating mindset and then her get some gifts, some flowers and some attention and then get to decide, oh, you ain't alpha enough. You ain't sigma enough. You ain't beta enough. There's no courting. There's no courting. Courting includes these things here. In the closed societies, what is that? The upper class, the elites, the white people, the WASPs. Arranged marriages were common. Here it is, where parents chose partners for their children. You're not marrying that black guy. You're not marrying that white girl. You're not marrying that Italian woman. You're going to marry this guy. You're going to marry that guy. You're not marrying, nope. We're going to choose the partner. It says this was often done to protect the chastity of young women and to further family interest. Again, courting includes the family. We're going to have these many kids. We're going to support them. We're going to help support them. The grandparents, we're going to set them up for success. But we're not going to have these guys and these hoes coming together and producing family of renegade kids and fucked up kids. You got to get through the father. We're going to help you choose. And you ain't going to choose no Lucy, no renegade. You're not going to choose a it girl. You're not choosing a charity girl. You're not choosing a girl out in these streets. No. And you ain't just going to take my daughter to a date, Coney Island, and fuck her at the Strand Motel. You see that? So we're going to be selective here. So if courting does not include this, it's not courting. Let's continue. Upper class, elite. The purpose of marriage was to create an alliance that benefited both families, such as acquiring titles, wealth, or influential contracts. Again, all men pay. All men pay. So there still was a sense of, in the courting process, how do our families get together? Do not marry someone from the other side of the tracks. No, you can't marry Pookie. Nope. Parents often negotiated matches, and the courtship was orchestrated through gifts, correspondence, and chaperone visits. All right, give my family a cow, a couple of pigs, whatever you want to give them. So the women, it's still a sense of what can you get? Dowry, bride price. Let's write down a correspondence. Let's get this in writing. Prenuptial agreements, how the families are going to be allegiances of families. Family crest, name, how names will be passed along. So now today, women handle all of this. I'm going to take this name. We're going to do this. Women handle it all by themselves. That's in courting. The woman does not handle that by themselves. And in fact, if they come from a broken home, that would be one way to vet. That would be one way to vet that woman or man is suitable. He comes from a divorced family. He comes from a mixed family. He comes from a poor family. She comes from a divorced family. Her mama's divorced. She comes from single mother. She is a single mother. So you see what's happening here? The idea of courting must include these things or it's not courting. Last one. Western cultures. The courtship ritual is more like dating and getting to know a potential partner. However, families and mentors can still play a significant role in helping identify important traits in a potential partner. In fact, still in the Western culture, the family and friends and mentors still play a significant role in helping couples identify important traits in potential partners. So today we try to eliminate all this. I'm going to pick the partner I want based on whatever you think, but sometimes you're blinded. Families knew this, so they stepped in. What happened to love and romance, by the way? It becomes non-important. It got us to the table, but it doesn't complete the process. A potential suitor would approach a young woman's parent. Up. Now, let me put the cherry on the top. Do you see what that says? This is why courting never is going to return, because they got too many old women and old men out here trying to court. Like, what the fuck is you doing? This ain't courting. You're old. What did I say? What did CGA say? Dating is not for old people. In fact, courting is not for old people. Let's read it again. Courting definition. A potential suitor who would approach a young woman's parents. Not an old woman, not a career woman, a young woman's parents. Often with a small gift, pay, and to seek their consent. This is why courting will never return. They just want you to bring flowers and gifts and chase. That is not courting. That's chasing. That's pedestalizing. Courting is this. With the parents' approval, a courting couple were given significant privacy to determine if they were compatible with parental approval. Hey, man. Let me give myself a victory lap right here. Courting's dead. The way we've gone way off the script, courting's dead. We're in the monetized dating marketplace. Deal with it. Hookup culture is dead. Dating is dead. That ship is sailed. We are now in the monetized dating marketplace. Deal with it, guys. Hey, listen, this ain't no cope. This ain't no trick cope. X, Y, and Z. All men pay. Everything that I've been teaching has been exhibited in multiple sources. And even I'll give you one more source so I can wrap this shit up. This article says, written in the 2016, why early dating was often confused with prostitution. All right, so this is yet another article addressing the same thing, and they're referencing one of the same books and so forth and so on. All right, so it says the invention of dating, labor of love. You wonder why there's so much confusion around this issue? Is because this right here. People don't know what they're doing, and I've been saying that. You don't know what you're doing. Nobody knows. Just women want to be tricked on, but they want to feel comfortable that they're not committing acts of prostitution. We're all doing a form of prostitution, if you will. You can call it what you want, but people don't know what they're doing. The women are trying to lead the charge, but they're doing it in a sense of privacy. They're not doing it with anybody they know. They're out here just finding all kind of guys to date, and they're fulfilling their sexual fantasies with men at the top. High value men and alpha males and shit like this. And this one thing changed it as well. Sleepless in Seattle. The idea that you can be here and she can be there. And your romantic interest, including you passing up some 250 million people from coast to coast. The idea of my lover's way over there. And you live in a metropolis of 2 million people, and you can't find no one right in your area. You got to find somebody all the way in Seattle. That has completely reshaped how we date. So now people have all these long distance people and connections and rotations. All right. And your suitable mate is 3,000 miles away. The only reason that exists is because we have travel. Before that, 100 years, even that's what is. That movie's from the 80s or 90s. 50 years prior to that, nobody had the ability to travel. Not commercially. You had to be in a war airplane to travel or get in the Led Zeppelin blimp. All right? Get in a blimp. You had to get in a boat to find your mate 3,000 miles away. But because there's air travel, now we open up the options and still fucked it up. All right, yeah. Now, still, we can't make it work with 250 million people in front of us and dating apps. Still can't make it work. I mean, listen, because you don't know what you're doing. Once we figure out what you're doing and you can get another person on one accord to do the exact same thing, you'll probably have more success. But another victory lap. All right? Another victory lap. You have to be right here. You have to find your person right here in the four corners. That's it. Now, because we have airplanes and commercial travel, now our mate is 3,000 miles away and you justify it. All right? And nobody knows who the person is. And then you get together and you find out it's a crazy person. It's the motherfucking Green River Killer. All right? It's Ted Bundy. All right? Because you included not your parents. Let me get to these super chats, man, because I got to close this show down. Appreciate the support. Did I kill it today? Yes, I did. All right. I brought my evidence to the plate, man. People don't know what they're doing. Plain and simple. All right. Plain and freaking simple, man. It's crazy. Oh, man. Shout out to y'all. Okay. And we got a co-sponsorship. Let me go ahead and get this brother. Let me see if I can say his name. We got our brother, Jesus Martinez, with the co-sponsorship. Shout out to you right now. He says, cook, coach, hashtag free agent lifestyle. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And by the way, if you're older than 25, you need to give up dating. It's done, especially if you're a woman. It's not happening for you. All right, just go ahead and meet somebody, settle down. Shout out to no government name. Sigma males are usually the gentleman prototype, so they mistake us for goofies and nice guys until we sleep with them, and then they know we got hoes because you start making their toes curl. They hate that we're unfazed and will ghost them out of the blue. Sigmas live in their head rent-free because they know they're not worthy. That's a situation, yeah. A lot of women think Sigmas are the beta goofies. Oh, he ain't loud and obnoxious. He doesn't seem like a bad guy. He has a good job. And then they're like, okay, let me go ahead and then they try to come over there and finesse you. Or then you hook up with him. I didn't think you were the type. I had women say that. I didn't think you were the type to hook up on the first day. Like, what is the type to hook up on the first day? Like, they thought I was going to be like all goofy and then all of a sudden they was getting their back blown out. All of a sudden their bra was coming out. Oh, wow. I didn't think, because they think betas are going to wait. They think alphas are just going to just choke them and pull them, right off the rip and talk dirty to them right away. So then you're the Sigma. They don't know, guys, they have no plan for the Sigma. They have no plan. Their plan is to be like, okay, let's see where this goes. And then all of a sudden they just catching one. And then they squirting on your sheets. And they're like, oh, I didn't realize you knew how to lay that pipe. Yeah, okay. All right, shout out to Morgan, says you did me dirty. I love the show. You said I like the show. Forgive you. No. Forgive you, Morgan. All right, forgive you, it's Morgan. All right, shout out to you right there. All right, and if that's your real picture, you need to come over here so I can fix that bind. Shout out to Cam in the building. Appreciate you, Cam. Killer Cam in the building. Scope says, give yourself a victory lap. I'll do it again. I'll be cooking. And he says, your dating is prostitution series part 1, 2, and 3 are classics. People still gonna deny this. People still gonna deny it. Oh, that's trick coping. All right. And these are these perpetrating pimps. Anybody that come from these cities where pimping is real, like Chicago and Milwaukee and Indiana, these niggas are country Bamas. These niggas think everything revolves around pimping and keeping a hoe in check. I mean, their whole philosophy revolves around pimp culture. And I've already destroyed the pimp culture mindset. This is the most toxic group of men ever because they want to bring pimping into dating. Well, there were prostitutes in dating, but there was no pimps involved. All right. But these so-called pseudo half pimp, half corporate niggas, they have pimp, half corporate niggas. All right. Like what are you? Are you a respectable guy or are you a pimp? All right. They treat all their relationships like pimping and hoeing. I can't stand them dudes. All right. They have Alabama Bamas and have corporate niggas. Like, which one are you? Pick a struggle, pick a lane. All right. All your definitions of the dating marketplace revolve around pimp ideology and terminology. This shit is so garbage and trash. Ninja, this ain't pimping and hoeing. You Jerry curl ass, gold teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate Bama ass, baboon ass ninjas. Some old ass pimps. All right, Jesus. The dictator says, shout out to the normies for catching up to 2018 CGA. Shout out to you, man. Yes, indeed.
New world order.
Them ninjas still wearing baggy suits in the colors of annihilators. Man, these guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. All right. The pimping, real players, they still talking about players. Ninja, is this Southern playalistic Cadillac funky music? What is this shit? Players? Are we still talking about players? Oh my God, players. A real Chicago player. All right, these guys are crazy. Shout out to our brother WD Max says, loving the show tonight. Yes, indeed. Thank you, brother. Kevin Sullivan says they duck in the camera like they have warrants, coach. Indeed. Marcus B says, I'm very much a Sigma, which is basically an introverted alpha. He says, we don't want nothing to do with that woman. It says, we don't want nothing to do with that woman. Was saying as well. We don't. Yeah, what is she talking about? She ain't talking about, yeah, they want a woman. No, they don't. Shout out to Lamont James. Women are the type to ruin a relationship, make life difficult for their kids, grandparents, and everyone else involved for 15 minutes of fun and a fling. Indeed. All right. All right. Shout out to y'all right here. And I got, damn, we got a lot over here. Shout out to our brother here. Here's some money, coach. That last statement I made got effed up. I hope my spell check not messing up. It is. Dennis SSF, of course, these white, nice people were afraid of you. Big, bald, and black, bearded Negro. Shaking my head. Yeah, they was on guard, or they must have just arrived. Damn, we got a lot of chats. Let's see here. H every day. That travel is some BS. Just travel, but not stay there. Make money in the U.S., but be a world citizen. America will limit you with this false dream. Wake up, have your own dream, and create your own life. Is that what you mean? I think that's what you mean. Rain says, I don't understand how any man could go to a wedding where they smashed a bride or had a relationship with. I find it very odd. Lots of men do that. The last drag bender, CGA, my female friend, just told me she's planning on leaving her boyfriend for a guy we went to college with, and he's doing well currently as a realtor. The boyfriend drove from El Paso to Charlotte to help her move last year. He said, women ain't ish. Give me the...
And that's you.
Wowzers. So again, guys, you guys make that great effort. Making great effort for women really goes unrewarded, unfortunately. Ladies, making great efforts for women, it goes unrewarded. You could drive over here. You drive to El Paso to Charlotte, help her move, and she can move on from your ass. All right, John Doe. The reason most people don't like going out by themselves is because they don't really like themselves. He says, if you don't enjoy your own company, how can you convince someone else to enjoy your company? Very pragmatic thought right there. All right. Bob says, I don't understand if they believe they are better, why we have to do the most and sacrifice the most. Their logic is flawed. And it says, unless they consider us as slaves. They do. I mean, guys, you're a means to an end for a lot of women. Like, that's why they're getting with you. You're a means to an end. Tony Ocasio, sub-coach Vladimir Putin said in a conference that if NATO puts missiles in the Ukraine, that he will use nukes. He says your missile sound on your soundboard predicted right back in 2020 scary times. I mean, we're on the precipice of a nuclear fallout, a nuclear war. We are. Just as much as we were in 1962 and 1961, we're in the Cold World again, the Cold War. Kid Chameleon. Women fought for freedom and equality and fought to be seen as something more than sexual objects, just to use these freedoms to go right back to prostitution. Hashtag girl logic. Indeed, girl logic. JC Trump just responded to Mayor Adams' indictment live during a press conference. He said exactly what you said verbatim.
New world order.
I'm on it. I'm on it. They after me. Justin O, bind fixing is a necessary evil. Somebody has to feed these succubis. He says only you can educate an audience on the birth of bind fixing. Women can deny it, but this is what the world has always been. It has always been predicated on the exchanges of resources. 100%. Deny it if you wish. Abel says, brother coach, thank you so much for connecting the dots on my decades of pointless dating. It was and has always been rigged. He says, and a lie. You can't unsee it anymore, gentlemen. Thank you. Can you unsee it? Is there anybody coping today? Every day in the 90s, my OG used to talk. He used to talk to the group Changing Faces. It would always say, look at these song titles. They were steering young girls towards a friendly hoe. The future is a black hole sun. That was 93, 94. Indeed. Shout out to our sister, let's see here, our brother Kid Chameleon. So women have basically been on an endless historic quest to be prostitutes without being called prostitutes. Amazing. In fact, yes. All right. It has always been prevalent. It has always been a part of the culture of dating. This idea that what you're doing resembles some sort of immoral act. All right. Where it just doesn't make sense. So hookup culture is an extension of that. So I'm not a prostitute. I don't take money. I just go on dates. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird time. Tranisha, I had to correct my mama last week and tell her that courting is for marriage. Facts. And not just getting to know each other. She has also thought she should do my dad's job when I'm dating because he wasn't there. Tranisha's on it. She's on to it. Courting is specifically for finding a mate, a marriage. That's it. Courting is for marriage. Dating is not for marriage. Dating could lead to marriage, but dating is not just for marriage. It could be to feed a woman. It could be to fix as a bind. It could be to entertain someone. It could be to transact sex. There's a variety of reasons to date. So for people to keep saying dating is this and dating is to meet a person, not to get to know each other, that part should already be there. In fact, social circle and dating and social constraints would allow for the vetting process to happen. I remember when I was in church, and this was in the 80s. My mother used to force me to go to church. I told this story before. I'm out at church, and there was this woman. I think I'm like 14 at the time, maybe 14, 15. This woman comes to church as a visitor, and she was my age. She was about 16. This woman was, I wish I could see her now, but back then she was bad as a motherfucker. Like she was like a 16-year-old that looked 20. Like she was bad. Like bad. Like unlike any girl that I could ever get. So she comes to church a couple of times, and dude, we don't do much talking. I think she was in Sunday school a couple times, and we were sitting in church service. We sat next to each other. I didn't do much macking. I was about 96 pounds soaking wet. All right, her titties was bigger than my head. Like she was stacked. Like she was better than any girl I could get. But in the church setting, she was coming on to me. Like she was on me. And then one day we're walking out of the church service holding hands. We're walking out holding hands. And we walk past everybody. And I'm like, who's the Mac? Right? She had the long, dude, she was baddie. She was a baddie. Black woman too, by the way. Everybody saw me with this girl. And they immediately pulled me to the side. They was like, no. They saw me because I've been a part of that church for years. This woman was new. They said to me, no. The women and the men, they said, no. You cannot mess with her. I was like, no. That's an example of courting. Because there's a social interest. People knew who I was for years. This girl was fairly new. They was like, They was like, you ain't go. Nope, that's a skeezer. Nope. Dude, people was pulling me to the side. The women, the men, they was like, They was like, stay away from her. Stay away from her. Whatever they knew, because grown-ups know shit that they don't tell the teenagers and the kids. But whatever they knew about her, they was like, no. They pulled me to the side. They was like, no, you too good of a brother. Nope, we ain't not gonna do that. Nope, she ain't no good. And by the way, I didn't see much of her after that. I didn't see much of her after that. I was waiting at church to see her. I didn't see much of her after that. But that's an example of the community vetting. The community vetting. Now, of course, I wanted to get my dick wet. You know what I mean? All right. But they was like, nah, because they knew what that was going to lead to. They was like, nigga, you gonna knock her up. You going to leave it in. You going to shoot up the club. You going to have her pregnant in no time flat. All right. In no time flat. So they knew. They was like, nope. All right. So that's an example of the community vetting. Now, if they would have just gonna let me hit, I would have left it in. I would have shot up the club. I would have been up there. I would have been the nut bust. I would have been messed up. They saved my life. I'm pretty sure they did. They was like, nope. Shout out to Tranisha, says the same men who complain that dating is prostitution think that it's a good, the same guys that complain that dating is prostitution think that a good girl is supposed to give free premarital sex because of love. I wish there was a way for both men and women to ensure that their meat investment right here, that their meat investments while trying to make a family. So I agree. You guys know me with this whole hookup culture. I'm not in great agreement with it. All right, but again, I'm far too gone. But yeah, the whole idea where guys are like, I'm gonna be out here with these hoes, is they're creating a problem. They're creating the issue. They're creating more women like this. And then they're complaining about these women, but they trying to get they're like, I don't want a woman with a high body count, but then they want a rotation. And so they fucking all these hoes and then saying, well, these girls are skeezers. They gave it up for free, penalizing them, and then coming out here looking for women with no body counts. I'm like, bro, you can't have it both ways. I mean, if you're going to be a slut maker, right? You're going to be a slut maker. Shout out to Trinicia. And Bread and Butter says, keep cooking, coach. Drunk history with CGA, straight fire. All right. And Larry C says, if this be the last super chat, then there is only one question to be had. And he says, where the white women at? That's the last question. He says, thank you, coach. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Yeah, a lot of guys be out here trying to bang all these broads, get their body count up. And I'm like, well, where the good girls at? Like, you done made bad girls out of the good girls. So that's the complex issue with hookup culture. Like, if y'all gonna be pimping the hoes and being players and calling women names and to penalize them, how in the hell, like, who gonna be left? Slut makers. Now, me, on the other hand, I'm not on that time. I'm not criticizing women for high body counts. I just place them in position. I'll be like, okay, yeah, well, I can still use you. All right. JQ, past due tuition. He says, you said all you needed to say tonight. One more victory lap, and I'll give you this because that's a sponsorship. All right, victory lap. Indeed. And shout out to our brother WD Mac. And he says, Mo Money. That's a co-sponsorship from WD Mac. Shout out to you right there. Who's the Mac? Co-sponsorship. I'm rich, bitch. Yeah, man. There's no more good girls. All right. Sorry, ladies. I know. All right. And I have criteria as to what counts as a good girl. Shout out to Cam. If you're over age 25. Okay. Now, the likelihood, you could be a good person, but you're not one of the good girls no more. All right. You a cover girl at this point. Okay. You cannot claim to be a good girl. All right. What happened in the last 10 years of your adolescence? How did you end up out here? Okay. You're going to have to be a virgin, but even if you're a virgin
in these streets,
you're not going to be, that doesn't make you a good girl. All right, there's a whole bunch of qualities that go in there. Just because you're nice doesn't make you a good girl. All right, I'm nice. I'm loving. I know how to take care of a man. These are not qualities of a good girl. Come on, stop it. Now, can I make use of you? I can make use of you. All right, that don't mean that I have good qualities. I'm a 10. If you're overweight, older, these are all qualities that are, you get a demerit. You get a mark down. So you're nice. I got a good job. I have a career. I'm fun. Bro, these are just, I say once 25, that is the line of demarcation for calling yourself in the good girl category. That's it. All right. You're good enough. All right. But I'm a good girl. 25. Because at 25, you've met all the possible best suitors you can possibly have that can get you to age 40, at least age 40. You've met that suitor. You've met him. You've had enough practice. You've had enough dates. You had enough sex to be able to determine what a good guy is and good qualities of where you want to go. You've actually got your foot down, 10 toes down in the direction you want to go, that if you want to be CEO by 35, this relationship should not be able to divert you off of that path. 25 tops. After that, take what you can get. By the way, if you disagree with me on this one, this woman said the same thing earlier in today's show. Right here. This woman said the same thing. All right. She said the same thing right here. All right. Once you get past that age, that 25, you got less and less men to pick from. That's all. Because the men that are the good enough men, they've already paired up. They've already decided to stay single. So you got less and less men to pick from. So the likelihood that why can't I find? It's a wrap. It's curtains. All right. So be out here fucking whatever you doing. Be out here doing it. All right. Just don't bother me trying to marry your ass.
And that's you.
All right. You blew it. You blew it. There ain't nothing better. Now there's going to be somebody you can sell. This woman said the same thing. You can settle for somebody. You can settle for somebody that's going to be good enough for you and a good enough pair. All right. But by 25, if you're a good girl, you want to be considered a good girl. All right. That is the line of demarc. Once you cross that line, I'm looking at you sideways, talking about you a good girl. I'm looking at you sideways. Now, that's just the game that you have to play. There's benefits to being a woman, and there's negative consequences, just like for men. All right, but there's no more good girls after 25. I stand on that. All right, if y'all mad at that, I stand on that. But ladies, Morgan, if you want to come on through, I can fix that bind and fold your ass up. And you probably in your 30s. But yeah, you good enough. All right, you good enough. All right, yeah, man. Look, I think that's everybody. Look, man, what a great show, man. I appreciate that, man. Do me a favor, hit the like button on the way out. And we'll be back tomorrow for the White Girl Friday.
Where the white women at?
All right, enjoy your ling ling. Hit the like button. Peace.